weirdness begins. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he'll have to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Hello and welcome to the Thursday KVJ Show. How the heck is everybody doing here today?
Hello. Happy Thursday.
Yeah. Trying to get to that weekend. So we'll see. First one back here for this week. Man, oh man, it's always tough when you take a vacation to get back into that groove mode, isn't it? Good Lord. Man, I forgot what work weeks were like, man. I got all lazy.
Sleeping in till like 8 a.m. was so awesome.
Gosh, what a glorious life it was.
What a spoiled little biscuit I was.
Yeah, no doubt. So we're grinding through it here. Lots to do on the Thursday KVJ Show. And if you want to check us out right now, you can watch KVJ TV. Just go to kvjshow.tv to see what is going on in here. And if you are watching, please go and subscribe right now.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jay Bird?
Well, obviously macaroni and cheese, because it's National Macaroni and Cheese Day.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are prepared and excited.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that was today.
It's a big day. I would say mac and cheese is in my top three favorite sides of all time. Maybe top one, depending on the mood. Now, here's my question to y'all. What is better, the powdered mac and cheese or the orange goop? The orange goop kind of grosses me out on the front end.
What's better is if you make your own.
Is
you
it
use
though?
like fresh cheeses, and you do a nice combination of all your favorite cheeses.
I've had that before, and maybe it's just the dirtbag in me. I like cheap macaroni and cheese ingredients.
Okay.
I like the powdered. I like the Velveeta goop, even though the goop is gross.
You are what you are, man.
People have done the cheese before, and sometimes if you have a bully cheese, I don't know, it loses its magic.
You can do the fresh cheeses and add Velveeta as well. That's what I usually do.
I think that's the move.
Yeah, you'd use Velveeta and you don't tell people. And then when they ask you what's in it, you'd be like, oh, cheddar, Gouda, mozzarella. And they go, oh, it tastes so good. But you really like the Velveeta. The Velveeta is what makes it taste so awesome.
And I'm a big fan of throwing that mac and cheese inside of a grilled cheese sandwich to really, kick it up a notch, as they say.
I hear you, girl.
There's also a lot of macaroni and cheese deals out there. Most of them not in Florida. But the one that is in Florida is Panera. They're saying you get $1 off any mac and cheese today for breakfast. But you have to use the code MACMORNING, and the code is good for delivery and pickup. You also have to do 35 jumping jacks.
Mac morning. It's only good at breakfast.
That's what they're saying, yeah, until 10:30 a.m.
Okay.
Do people eat a lot of mac and cheese for breakfast?
It feels a little heavy.
I read that too, and I go, is that wrong?
I'm going to go ahead and carb load.
But I'm looking at it. It says July 14th until 10:30 a.m.
Huh.
Okay.
They do have a good mac and cheese. Panera's is very creamy.
You can buy it in the store too.
Oh.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Thank you, Mr. Tip.
You're welcome.
What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
I've got one of those annoying tongue zits. You ever get one of those?
Never in my life. Ugh.
You see it on the end of my tongue?
I do.
How do you get
You
those?
sound completely repulsed.
Well, I don't want no breakfast macaroni and cheese now, that's for sure.
What gives you these tongue zits? I mean,
I think it's a taste bud that gets agitated.
it hurts so bad.
Yeah.
I can't talk. I can't think. The only thing going on over here is my tongue zit.
Man.
You definitely can talk. We can hear you.
She's still going strong, huh?
You might have eaten some kind of acidy type of thing and not brushed your teeth right away, and it sat on your tongue, and then bada boom.
Yeah.
Tongues it.
I had a lot of vodka with lemon juice over the weekend.
I mean, you're out of town. You're probably not flossing as well. Although you're a good flosser.
I do. I floss a lot on vacation because I have time. Oh, I flossed like 3 times. I was so happy and so proud of myself.
Well, then you have monkeypox on your tongue.
Monkeypox.
Kevin, I got monkey tongue.
Oh, that's terrible.
You got the MPT.
Damn.
That's terrible.
I wasn't ready.
Did either of you take advantage of those Amazon Prime days that they just had that just wrapped up?
I went and I looked because there was a few things I was eyeballing on Amazon, but nothing that I wanted was on sale. It was the same exact price that it was before the Amazon Prime Day. So I'm like, what's the difference? I'm not getting it now.
Yeah, and I didn't. People were like, oh, you're not talking about Amazon Prime Day. I'm like, they ain't paying me.
Yeah. Kevin don't dance to Amazon Prime.
Yeah. What's Amazon done for me lately?
Take your money.
Right, that's it. But yeah, I saw some people that were bragging about what they got, and I was like, I don't know, maybe I should have jumped on it because there were like some cheap TV deals that I saw some people bragging about. I think somebody got like a 90 or 50 inch for like $100 or something like that. I'm like, okay,
what?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And I'm like, okay, are they telling the truth or are they just trying to troll me?
It was stolen from somebody.
Kevin, I got a 75-inch TV and it was $5.
That's a hot item.
You missed out.
Yeah, so I did not take advantage of it, didn't jump on it. It looked like a lot of stuff that I'm like, I don't know, do I really need that? Like Echo Dots? I'm like, I don't know,
Well,
good.
Aren't the Ralstons in the market for a couple new TVs for the new transition going on?
We are, but I think I've got it kind of spelled out what kind of TVs I'm getting.
Are you going big dog?
I'm going big dog.
You got to go big dog. He's got that whole wall you're going to put TVs on, right?
That's it. Yeah, that's why all finances have been shut down in the Ralston household. We pay respect for what's important.
Everybody's eating ramen.
We really are, yeah. There was no vacations. There's no smiling. There's no nothing.
When's the big the big do-over going to happen, the makeover?
Hopefully very soon. Everything flows through the Mexican queen, so I kind of keep leaning on her. I'm like, hey, you made that call? You made that call? You made that call? So
I've eaten ramen?
Well, I keep giving her the countdown for college football.
Yeah, when's the first house party? That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, no doubt. Great
I'm
question.
going to get turned.
Yeah.
I'm going to break that thing in.
That's right. Or just break it.
There you go.
TV's on 10 minutes.
Will you be mad if I upside down twerk on the wall under your TV?
That could be dangerous.
Within 30 minutes, me and the witch destroy your TV.
That's good seeing you guys.
Kevin wouldn't act mad. He would act quiet. I think the queen would be more mad at us.
It'd be a silent rage.
Yes, it would be a silent rage. Which is the most dangerous of rage, by the way.
No, really enjoyed having you guys over. I'll see you later. Yeah, they say the top things that people were getting. I look at it now, it's not really anything that I needed, so I don't feel like I missed out. Amazon Fire Sticks, Echo Dots, Frito-Lay variety packs, Blink doorbell cameras. That's the only thing that maybe, but I already kind of have, I just don't have the one that shoots out to the street. I got one that, through my Xfinity, I can look at the front door. But, all those great viral videos are the weird things people are doing out front of your house.
Oh, those videos are so awesome
so
to
great
watch.
to watch, aren't they?
There was this one girl, she was so hammered. She's knocking on someone's door at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I'm here to see Rick. He's supposed to have a clue for me. Do you have a clue for me? And she's looking at this guy's window the whole time. He's like, get off of my lawn. Those videos are great.
Yeah, you get a lot of good stuff from that. That's the only thing I was kind of, maybe I should have got one of those. They say the top 5 types of products that people are getting with the Amazon Prime Day was household essentials, stuff like health and beauty stuff, electronics, clothes, home and garden products.
I have an adult question. Can you get a good vacuum for $35, or is that just, oh, pumpkin?
I don't know. 35 seems low.
Okay, I don't know anything about vacuums. Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Are you in the vacuum market?
I'm in the vacuum market right now, so I'm listening to what Kevin's got to say.
Are you living in Dust Bunny Central?
I'm always sweeping, and my hair's always shedding, and that Roomba, whatever the hell that thing is, I don't think I'm going to like that thing. Suits is telling me about it. seems a little creepy to me.
You have to program it to go off when you're not there, because if you're sleeping and your vacuum, if your that Roomba goes off while you're sleeping, you will think a burglar is in your house and you will crap your bed.
Yeah, I already have the murderer's refrigerator, so I don't need the murderer's Roomba.
Ours went on and Panda jumped out of bed and assumed the fight stance.
Oh, wow.
And I was like bawling laughing.
He's got a fight stance, huh?
He did.
Okay.
He didn't know who he was fighting, but he was ready.
Is he karate stance or like a regular Street Fighter stance? How's he go?
Jumped
Boxing?
up with sleepy face and was like,
Okay. Okay. So disoriented karate is what it looks like.
All right, I'm not getting the
Drunken
Roomba.
karate.
It's tricky.
All right, who is more annoying? There's so many god-awful annoying celebrities that are out there. But if you had to choose between these two, who would you rank as more annoying? The Paul brothers, Jake and Logan, versus the Kardashian sisters. It's 3-2, but man, those Paul brothers are pretty powerful.
It's easy for me personally.
Okay.
The Paul brothers are really never entering my world unless I allow them in my world. The Kardashians, they infiltrate my world every single day, Kevin.
Because of Virginia.
Yeah, I think they just are globally stronger.
Okay.
I think you're going to see them around longer. The head of the snake, as long as she's still keeping it going, Kris Jenner,
Yeah. Okay.
we're all doomed. It's
Okay.
without a doubt the Kardashians.
Okay, without a doubt. Virginia, I assume that you're going to go with the Paul brothers because you just love the Kardashians so much.
You're right. I mean, I think the Kardashians contribute more. At least
They
in my
contribute
world.
more.
At least in my world.
Okay.
Well, they're in your world too.
They give us style. They set trends. They give us beauty, fashion, makeup, skincare. I mean, I could go on.
What about you?
Of what I've seen of the two, and I really try to avoid all of them altogether as much as I possibly can, my annoyance level has ticked much higher with the Paul brothers than it ever has with the Kardashians. If I had to sit down and watch 5 minutes of a compilation of either, I have a feeling that my blood pressure would be much higher after the Paul brothers than the Kardashians. I'm going to put them at more annoying.
Kevin brings up some great points. I don't think there are any winners here.
There's not, and it's tough. But, honestly, I think the great test for who is more annoying, they hook you up to the EKG machines and they're checking your blood pressure and all that. If you put together the most annoying 5 minutes of both, I have a feeling that your levels would be off the charts watching the Paul brothers versus the Kardashians.
And you had to watch the Paul brothers when Cannon was watching them, when they were really in their annoying vloggy phase. Yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah, what I got from it, I would put those two in there. Okay, who is more annoying, Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg? Out of those two, who would you say is more annoying? I'm
entertained by Elon, kind of. I like that he's got fights going on social media. He's got little quips.
Yeah, for me,
Zuckerberg's kind of boring to me.
The annoying one is Z-Berg. Yeah, old Zuckerberg is the annoying one out of the two, I think.
Yeah, he just doesn't even pop up on the radar much. He doesn't do much.
Plus, he doesn't give comedy. He doesn't try.
Facebook's annoying.
Yeah. Demi Lovato or Chrissy Teigen?
Oh, good gosh.
Who's more annoying?
Man,
this is easy.
They both are annoying.
It's your girl, Lovato.
Lovato's rough.
She's just, I don't know what, in the past few years, she's just, gotten really opinionated.
Teigen's kind of gone away, although I'm seeing a comeback trying to be stirred up on Yahoo News with Teigen.
She got put in her place.
She got put in her place, and she's slowly releasing. I'm seeing stories on Yahoo News about Teigen had an apple today. Oh my gosh! And there's an article about it.
Yeah, I think wasn't Chrissy? Didn't she get kind of caught up and she was blasting somebody for something she went out doing? Wasn't she harassing somebody online? And then
She was
an online
Courtney
bully.
Stodden.
Yeah.
Specifically, she went after her and some mean tweets, and people are like, "Do better, Chrissy."
But the witch is right. Demi Lovato out of the two.
Okay, really? Okay.
That frozen yogurt thing. I mean,
that was pretty annoying. Yeah,
And even
that's her
how-
crown jewel.
that was the crown jewel.
Well, she apologized, and she apologized with a but.
But
Yeah.
they should have known. Like, what?
Okay, who is more annoying, Amber Heard or Jussie Smollett?
Boy, oh boy. I mean, we're coming hot off of the Heard trial.
I think it's Heard.
Okay.
I do. I think it's Heard.
I mean, it's close.
I think I would put Smollett just because his accusations seem way more far-fetched than hers. I think that they were both dysfunctional, her and Johnny Depp. She did a lot of things that were pretty annoying, but I think Jussie Smollett's and how he kept doubling down after getting caught in one lie after the other was ridiculous.
You're right. He's awful, but she pooped in a bed and then blamed it on the
But
dog.
again, this is about annoying.
Annoying, yeah.
I mean, this is tough because both stories annoyed me.
And now she continues to do things like call the paparazzi and let them know she's going to be at TJ Maxx so they can photograph her shopping where the poor people shop.
Yeah.
There's also things going on now on social media. I don't know if you've seen it. Justice for her, and that turns into a whole.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a faction of
movement.
people that's trying to say Amber Heard is innocent.
Jussie has a faction too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does.
They both have a faction of people that believe them.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. I think I'm going with Kevin Smollett.
Okay. Virginia, sticking with Heard?
I think it's really close for me because they both do things that, I can't believe they're getting away with it.
Okay. What about Kanye West or Drake? Kanye West or Drake? Who's more annoying?
Kanye.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I agree. Justin Bieber or Taylor Swift? Who's more annoying?
That's good. That's a good pairing right there.
Modern day, I would say it's Swift.
I think
so too, yeah.
But like 5 years ago,
Yeah.
it was all Bieber.
Bieber's calmed it. He's dialed it back.
I agree with y'all.
I think Bieber got himself. Bieber got himself a wife. He got himself a Bieber. I think his wife calmed him down.
Okay. Will or Jada Pinkett Smith? Who's more annoying?
Jada.
Yeah, I thought it was Jada until the whole slap.
Sure, and that would be.
I still think it's Jada.
I think
Will's biggest
I think it
moment.
might be Jada.
It is because it feels like it was Jada that really kind of propelled the engine that was Will Smith to go up and slap Chris Rock.
She's the puppet master.
Feels like it, yeah. What about Jimmy Fallon or Amy Schumer? Who's more annoying?
I don't know. It might be Jimmy Fallon. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not that crazy about Amy Schumer either, Kev. I don't know. it's crazy.
At least he's lovable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
He at least seems like, that dog that's just so friendly and just wants you to pet it.
Yeah,
She feels like the dog that would bite you.
I've heard stories, too, on a podcast about Amy Schumer, how she's kind of stuck into other comedians behind the scenes. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Amy Schumer's more annoying.
I agree. And what about Cardi B or Bad Baby? Boynton's very own. Bad Baby.
Definitely
Danielle
Bad
Bergoli.
Baby.
It's Bad Baby for me, man.
Absolutely.
how I feel. I just saw a clip of her trying to fight somebody on the street.
Really?
And people
Still?
trying to hold her back. I couldn't tell if it was
no.
a sketch, but I don't think it was.
Did they catch her outside?
Yeah, I can't tell what's real anymore, Kevin.
Yeah.
Did you see David Spades doing a tour? His is called Catch Me Inside.
Catch me inside.
That made me
I
laugh.
don't blame him. It's too hot. Well, I missed this. Apparently, the new Thor movie, which did relatively well at the box office, and even though some people think that they've kind of made him like a cartoony kind of character now, it's still a good movie. Made over $140 million at the box office, but apparently they did not include a trigger warning for a scene in the movie that showed somebody getting chemotherapy. And apparently a lot of people were upset and triggered by that. But in response, I heard them saying, what else do we need to give trigger warnings for? There are all these kind of things that are happening that I guess everybody, gets upset by seeing. And filmmakers are now kind of in a conundrum because, they kind of caved and they said, all right, if there's anything coming up where there's flashing lights and it might trigger an epileptic seizure, we, of course, want to let people know. So that's one warning that they'll often put up. But now people are demanding more and more warnings. And they say, well, we kind of do that already. As you see the rating of the movie, it could have violence or sexual images or, these kind of things going on. And they're saying, gosh, we're going to have to take 5 minutes just to be like, we have a scene of chemo. Someone gets slapped. Someone did it, and.
Well, because what's going to happen is someone's going to watch that movie and they're going to go through, well, why didn't you give me a trigger warning for this? This scared me. Thor's got a big old hammer. Hammers scare me. Where's my hammer warning?
That's kind of what they're saying, firing back. They're like, look, we thought we kind of covered this by putting a rating on the movie, which kind of lets you know that, hey, there could be these kind of things associated with this, but I guess people want specifics. So, but the argument is, gosh, guys, it's going to take so long if we had to break down through everything that might trigger anyone in this kind of movie. And it's not even like a crazy, violent, scary. In fact, it's being charged as being too cartoony and whoa, look out.
I mean, I feel like I'm a sensitive cat, and I feel like I'm aging out of Earth. I mean, I'm with the people who are saying this is too much.
It's too much.
It's too much.
What's next? Oh, I was in a car accident a few years ago, so you have to warn me if there's going to be a car accident in a movie.
That would be one. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. I mean, honestly,
you're right.
Somebody could easily say that. Say you had a car accident scene and I didn't like that. You could have an animal get hurt or something like that and be like, hey, I'm an animal fan. You got to warn me that that's coming up.
We love the movie Tommy Boy, and his dad dies of a heart attack. My mom died of a heart attack. Do I need a trigger warning? That's what I'm saying.
You're right. And that's,
you can't do that. To your point, it's gonna get so crazy.
Could you imagine what a movie the pre-roll would look like if you had it would look like the Star Wars intro, right? Except they keep scrolling, but then it would tell you everything that's about to happen in the movie because they're warning you of everything coming. You could walk right out and be like, I feel like I just read the movie. I'm good.
I'm triggered by too many trigger warnings.
Well, we got the KVJ horror movie. I guess we got. I'm just gonna let you all know there's gonna be trigger warnings in this.
It would be a great idea. That's what you should do. The first 3 minutes of your movie should be the scrolling trigger warnings.
I love it. They have it on Disney. Even if someone smokes one puff of a cigarette, they have to put warning. There is images of smoking on here.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So that's kind of where they are and where they're going to draw the line, because it sounds like there is kind of some initial pushback. There was. The criticism about, oh my gosh, I had someone that went through chemo. I wasn't ready to see that. And I was triggered by Thor. And they're like, okay, yeah, but man, we're just trying to think of everything that we'd have to go through in the movie.
What's unfortunate is these things, I don't know if this is how mad people really were about this, but what it does is it makes people who are sensitive, it starts to turn them a little insensitive, because you start to go, everything's a trigger warning. You start to lose people like me, who are sensitive little bitches.
Right, and that's where I think there is. Like, look, we're trying to, be sensitive to your feelings, but there has got to be a line where it has a tendency to get pushed a bit too far into the ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to Virginia's point, what are we going to do? Say there's going to be 18 car crashes? If you've ever experienced a car crash, you may be triggered by this movie.
Look, there's a person eating chicken wings in the movie, and I know Grandpa Joe choked on a chicken wing one time.
Exactly. No, seriously.
So,
wings are triggering. Oh my God. I got to put a wing trigger.
That would
I
be
got to put a warning of wings.
It's exhausting.
Yeah. But it is kind of an interesting list if you do look, because there have been many shocking movie scenes that have got you. In fact, there are a lot of scenes that I just can't watch in a movie. I always tell you about the chainsaw in the shower scene in Scarface.
It's a lot.
Just
it's a lot to go through. And it's not quick either.
I don't have anybody in my family that's ever been chainsawed. I've never been chainsawed, but man, I'm like, whoa, man, that's rough. Yeah. Anybody getting carved up with a chainsaw is a tough one to see. So historyobsessed.com, they did all the movie scenes that you can't watch. Do you have a scene like the Scarface scene for me that you can? They listed out some of the ones that are big for people.
I mention it all the time. It's the one from Casino with Joe Pesci, and they bring him out to a cornfield to beat him. It's so long, Virginia.
And it goes on forever.
It's pretty graphic.
It's tough.
It's a tough scene to watch.
Well, it was to some point, I'm like, I get it.
Yes.
I get it was awful.
You're mad at him.
I get it'd be a terrible way to go. I understand. People were saying in the movie Saving Private Ryan, there is a stabbing in a stairwell scene that people are like, yeah, that's a tough one to watch. Pulp Fiction, your favorite, Virginia, the pawn shop scene.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few in that
movie. It's a little
movie.
intense.
There's a couple intense ones.
There are.
Deliverance, that movie. Remember the squeal like a pig scene?
That movie is weird. And that's a long, weird ride, man.
Yeah.
But I couldn't turn it off, Virginia.
I've never seen it.
You would hate it. You would hate Deliverance.
It's a lot. And, imagine going, now we're talking about having trigger warnings for everything. Could you imagine the trigger warning for some of these movies? Deliverance.
Yeah, a heads up would have been nice.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. Maybe these trigger warnings aren't such a bad idea. Any other scenes you want to add into the mix? 877-979-WRMF. So we're talking about survival the other day. And imagine if you were just dropped off on a deserted island. What would you do? How much would you know to be able to help you and to survive? We were talking about the threes of survival, and it was, you can go 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water. And we talked about the whole analogy of a coconut tree. Imagine there's a coconut palm that's on this island. Could you even get into a coconut and harvest the necessary water that is in the coconut?
I mean, you would hope, because it's life or death. You'd be able to get in that thing, right?
You'd hope, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you wouldn't give up till you did.
Agreed.
But the question is, by trying to get in, you may crack it, but then you may spill all the coconut water that's in it.
And that would be mentally devastating. Even on that one show alone where they finally catch a fish, they've been all day or for 2 days, they get one fish, and then as they bring it up, the fish drops in the water. And the depression that sets in for them.
And the fish laughs.
Yeah, I think your mental...
Sucker.
Your mental spirit's a big thing, too, when you're alone out there.
Okay, so can Virginia and Jaybird crack into a coconut? Now, here's going to be the rules of engagement, because Virginia even said the other day she thought that she could do it in 3 minutes or less.
Oh, there was a lot of confidence.
There
then
was.
During that Harry Styles song that was just playing a couple minutes ago, I don't know, Kev, I'm not sure. These rocks are kind of smooth.
Yeah.
Backtracking Sinicky over here.
Oh, I'm going to give it my all.
Oh, I know. So am I. That doesn't mean anything.
Confidence started to plummet, though, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, these are brown coconuts, so there's a difference. The green ones are more prominent, like in the yard and stuff. If you look up and you see those green coconuts, you can get water out of those, and a lot of it.
So we got the impossible coconut.
These seem harder to get in, and I think they have less water, but they have more meat.
I mean,
they have that white coconut meat on the inside.
Does that not remind you of a buffalo's testy? Look at that thing. Look, it's got the fur. It's big.
Can't say as I've even actually ever noticed a buffalo's testy.
You see what you want to see.
Yeah.
Neither have I, Kev.
Yeah. Birds have been doing some ball gazing.
He loves testicle hunting.
He goes out into nature, and there's a beautiful mountain, and everyone else is looking at the mountain. The bird's staring right at that buffalo's balls.
I had a buffalo.
Yeah.
I
Licking his lips.
I had a very vivid buffalo experience with a buffalo and my father as a kid.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
The
Do
buffalo-
I need a trigger warning?
The buffalo's like, do you mind?
No, the buffalo had the biggest package. Yeah. I guess it got aroused during our time gazing at it, and this thing was hitting.
Wait, you stared the buffalo hard?
You got the buffalo a boner? What is going on with you and your dad?
Did you guys go out in nature to seduce bison?
I think we were at the Dreher Park Zoo, and I think me and my dad was gazing at the buffalo and gave it a bone piece.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it was very large, and it stayed with me, so that's all I got.
Apparently so. So when he sees coconuts, he sees bull testes. All right, so let's see. Can he crack into this here in 3 minutes? You brought in some small potato-looking rocks to do the work.
From my rock garden in my backyard.
What's funny is I had these same exact rocks, and I go, these are too smooth, so I didn't even bring them. And the witch goes, I brought rocks. I'm like, oh, cool, same exact rocks. So look, sharp rocks are hard to find, Kevin.
Are they? Okay.
These are from Home Depot.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a dinner roll.
You can buy rocks at Home Depot.
Yeah. Okay, now just to kind of let you know that I think if you start slamming that coconut on the counter, it might be really loud. You might have to move that down to the floor.
Yeah, I'm not. I was just warming her up.
Okay. All right, just wanted to set some pre-rules of engagement after we busted Mike yesterday.
You don't want him to break a microphone again?
It made it challenging.
It only took our engineer an hour and a half. Poor guy.
I know, that whole...
He had to come in early.
Hitting the off button really should knock a microphone out.
Okay, here we go. 3 minutes are on the clock here. The Coconut Challenge, Virginia versus Jaybird. The object is to see not only can you crack into a coconut in 3 minutes, but who can get the most juice out of it. So you have cups to then, when you break in, to try to pour the juice into. So we will measure on who gets more out of that.
We got a
All
camera
right.
going? 'Cause I don't know if they're going to see us
Ready
on
to
the
go
ground
here.
over here.
Okay. All right. Are you ready? All right.
So ready.
Question.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to use more than one rock?
Yeah, you have two.
Okay, beautiful.
You get two.
All right,
Yeah, that's why you got two. So you can double club. Okay.
Hold on. Let me take off my jewelry.
Oh, I want this
I'm
win.
going to get this.
Oh, I want this win so bad. Does anybody get coconut juice, Kevin, in your opinion?
Yeah, I'm going to go Optimist.
Okay.
I'm going to go Optimist here today. I'm going to play Optimus Prime.
I love it.
I'm into this. Okay. So you're okay. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
The Coconut Challenge begins in 3, 2, and 1. Okay. There's going to be a lot of knocking. People around here are going to wonder what the heck. Okay. Bird is clubbing. Virginia's kind of hit it. Bird has already cracked it open, and Virginia's still clubbing away. Bird has already gotten there, but he's trying to get the coconut water into the glass. Oh, he's milking the coconut, and he squirted it off to the side. Okay, Bird is milking his coconut. He is getting some actual juice out of it. Virginia is still hammering with no crack, no nothing. Virginia's coconut's still intact. The Bird has milked the coconut.
I got...
He has got a good... You've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. He is ready. Bird is
no more
done
juice. I'm
first.
I'm out.
Bird is out. 40 seconds in.
Whoa!
Virginia's still hammering.
I got first, baby! Yeah!
Wow.
I'm going to survive, Dennys!
Bird has won the challenge. Virginia's still working at this.
It's amazing!
Okay, she's still clubbing away. Virginia, have you even cracked it yet, Virginia?
Oh, Kevin!
Okay.
Oh, bless her heart!
Not even cracked into her coconut. Bird has won the challenge with time and juice to spare.
Bless her heart, Kev!
Oh my gosh, Bird has got coconut water all ready to go. You can see it on KVJ TV, KVJShow.tv.
She's giving up!
Virginia
So
has
she's
thrown
giving up.
in the towel
She's throwing the
with
towel.
well over a
The
minute
Bird wins it.
left. The Bird wins the challenge.
Damn it.
He is the biggest survivor.
Where are my birdies at?
Dang. Shock the world, Bird.
I think I got a concrete coconut.
Oh my gosh, Bird got right in just a matter of moments. How is that
Oh,
coconut
that's
water?
awful. Oh, my God.
No one said survival was going to be fun.
Oh, it tastes like bad feet.
Oh. That's the real joke.
Oh, I feel alive, baby.
Oh, Bird with the win.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, what do you and Britney Spears have in common, Jaybird?
Let's see here. We like to get naked on social media.
Yeah, besides that.
Okay, what?
She ran out of gas yesterday.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, bless her heart. I mean, I hope they're not saying, see, she needs a conservatorship. Because, you know, I mean, it happens. She hasn't been driving herself around in a long time. And yeah, she was on the 101 freeway and it did cause a big traffic snarl. But, you know, I mean.
Why are we in a
look.
traffic jam? Britney Spears ran out of gas.
What? When the cops showed up, Britney was sitting in the back seat of a random passerby's vehicle.
Really?
They had taken her and I guess given her a place to be. Maybe she was standing outside of her car and they were like, girl, you can't be out there. Get in here. And so the police came and they all waited with her until her husband came to pick her up.
Okay.
Hopefully she's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure she is. It happens.
Yeah.
Amber Heard was trying as hard as she could to get that $10 million judgment dismissed by saying, oh, look what happened. There was juror irregularities and fraud. One of the jurors actually showed up and took the spot of his dad, but they both had the same name. It's like a junior and a senior situation. So Amber's lawyers were trying to say it was fraud. The judge ruled there was no fraud because there was no birth date on the jury summons. So they said, look, either dude could have showed up and it would not be fraud. So,
Really? Okay.
Amber Heard loses again. And finally here, Khloe Kardashian and her ex, Tristan, are expecting a child together.
Okay.
It sounds like back in November, they went and had another one of those surrogates with an egg that's been fertilized, implanted. And then that was November. And then in December, we found out that he had cheated yet again and knocked up a different girl. So she had to be like, really?
Well, if you want fertility, this seems to be the guy to go to.
I do know what they do, though. So all these Kardashians, they believe that even if you're having a bad relationship with a dude, let there be one baby daddy. You don't want to have to deal with a bunch of baby daddies. Let there only be one baby daddy. It's better to deal with one than a bunch.
So if you found somebody that's totally terrible, stick with them.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure this.
How many times has Tristan Thompson cheated on her that we've heard about?
Yeah,
it's been a good bit.
I've lost count, Virginia.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Okay. For our celebrity birthdays today, the lead singer of the Imagine Dragons, Dan Reynolds, is turning 35 years old. They just dropped a new album here recently, Riding High. They say it's their best ever.
They say it?
That's what they say. They think it's their best music they've ever made. So I know right now it seems like it's doing pretty well.
Do you feel like you're doing the best dirt you've ever done? Are you in your prime, your dirt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure, why not? Yeah. Convincing, huh? Yeah. Also got a birthday shout out to Alexandra Snyder. That is from your mother-in-law, Dennys. Also, happy birthday to Dad, Michael from Angel, Merrick, Kendrick, Nathan, and Kieran. Getting ready to celebrate later on. Got a birthday, want a shout out, send us an email, let us know about it. Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com. Been getting text messages this morning saying things like, what time do I call for Camp KVJ? I'm desperate. LOL.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah, so I said, hey, pretty much about 7:10 weekday mornings, that's when we're going to tell you to call in to get that 4-pack of tickets to both Rapids Water Park and the Cox Science Center. So if you are desperate, you can call us right now, 877-979-9763. Oh, yeah, little Lizzo right there, setting the tone here for a Thursday morning and a Camp KVJ with some hot tickets we got for you to keep the kids occupied. 4-pack of tickets to both Rapids Water Park and the Cox Science Center. We've got Sean on here from Boynton Beach. What's up, Sean?
Hi, how are you guys?
Great, how you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
We had a desperate mom that was texting us earlier saying, I needed these. Do you feel like you really need these tickets, Sean?
Yes, I absolutely understand where she is coming from. It is getting to be the end. What else do you do with them?
Yeah. Right. So how old are your kids, Sean?
10 and 4.
10 and 4. Okay. All right, well, luckily, both of these places will work for both of those ages. They're going to have an amazing time. You got a 4-pack of both to the Rapids and to the Cox Science Center. Okay, Sean?
Yes, thank you so much, guys.
You are so welcome. It's kind of like your summer life preserver we're throwing out to parents here as we trudge even closer to the start of school. Less than a month away, Virginia.
I know. August 10th, baby.
All right, tomorrow, 7:10. That's pretty much the time we give you a chance to score those tickets. Another 4-pack for both with Camp KVJ going to be coming up. All right, I got some would you rathers here. Neither one of these scenarios are really very good, but you got to pick one. So would you rather give your parent a naked striptease or get one from your grandma?
Oh, definitely get one from Grandma.
You think so, huh?
Easily.
Okay, tell me why that's where you go with this, Virginia.
At least if it's me and Grandma, like, I just have to sit there and take it. If it's me giving one to my dad or my mom, like, I'm the performer. All the pressure's on me.
I think it's what you give or what you get. Now, keep in mind, with Grandma, you're likely going to have a vivid image burned into your brain that you will see every single time you close your eyes.
That's okay. Bring it on, old girl.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the dancer. I'm gonna take the pressure off my parents. Like
Okay.
everyone involved. People already know I do the goofy stuff. I can
Yeah.
handle that
Okay.
role better than the other way. If I see my grandma doing all that, rest in peace, by the way. I know she doesn't want to be doing that. She's
I don't know,
uncomfortable.
maybe she does. Maybe all of a sudden she just, I don't know, gets a wild hair.
Grandma Coleman. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah. She gets a little frisky, old gal.
Can we switch grandmas and Jaybird gets mine and I get Grandma
You
Coleman?
cannot. No,
Oh, man.
not part of the game.
It has to be your grandma.
Yes, it does. Okay, would you rather attend a wedding every weekend for the rest of your life or have to be legally drunk 5 days of every week?
Probably legally drunk, I think. I don't love weddings.
You hate them.
Every weekend, yeah. for the rest of your life. Every
that
weekend.
would drive me to drink every day. So either way,
Yeah.
that'd be rough. I gotta go drinking.
The drinking one's easy. The only concern is the damage it does to the liver and body over time. And I would assume you're going to become a raging alcoholic if you're legally drunk 5 days of every
But
week.
in
5 is a lot.
But in the
It
same
is.
vein, though,
Yeah.
I'm afraid what it's going to a wedding every weekend. What's that going to do to my psyche?
Yeah, at least 5 days a week you have control of that. Going to a wedding every weekend, you don't have control of that. You just have to go and you're at somebody else's party.
I just know, especially the older I've gotten, I kind of get bummed out if I know I got to go do something I really don't want to do. Weekends are precious, man. That time off.
Sure.
Yeah, I gotta drink every day. We can't do that anyway, don't we?
And I would assume legally drunk, that would go to the .08, which it's not actually a ton of cocktails. You could get to that low hanging level and then you could back off really quickly.
Yeah,
You could be I did what I had to do. I got legally drunk today and now I'm going to hit the waters and flush it out of my system.
That sounds responsible and drinking like Kevin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd have the breathalyzer be like, okay,
Oh, I'm good.
.07.
I'm right there.
You need someone to follow you around and knock it out of your hand.
Okay, would you rather have to blow up balloons for 50 hours every week for the rest of your life or pay for everything you purchase in person with only pennies?
Oh, give me the balloons.
Really, blowing up balloons 50 hours every week.
Yeah, I love balloons. I wouldn't be so phased by that.
She's out of her mind. Believe
agree.
me,
Yeah.
you would be so against
50
balloons.
hours.
You would,
That's over
Pennies?
8 hours every day.
You know how
5 days a
heavy?
week.
You know how heavy pennies are?
you would hate. I would like to see her just blow balloons for about an hour until you'd lose your mind.
You can't pay for everything with pennies. That would take forever, and you would piss off every clerk to the utmost level. Some of them kick you out if you try to do that.
Oh, well.
You buy an $11 sub. You got $11 worth of pennies.
It'd be tough.
We did that stunt before where I went into a convenience store and paid for everything in pennies. And to Virginia's point, he wasn't happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go with the pennies. I think that's much easier. Because the one thing it doesn't say here, it doesn't say that they can't be in rolls. So imagine if you had them in penny rolls.
You just Ralstoned us with that last
I did,
little fact.
yeah.
Well, then, yeah, it's definitely pennies because you're right.
It doesn't
That's
say.
easy.
Doesn't specify, yeah. So you got to look for the little, the flaws in these questions.
I'm
here.
still going balloons.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And everyone knows you're wrong.
Yeah. Would you rather only be able to ride in a car that can only ever go over 60 miles an hour, or a car that can only ever go under 10? So you're either going super fast, and keep in mind, this is on every street it goes on.
Yeah, you're doing 60 on your back street at home.
It's 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. You're going over 60.
I mean, you can't do that.
But you're on I-95 going under 10.
You gotta.
That's your choices.
You got to go under 10.
I'm going over 60.
I'm going over 60. I leave.
I'm not.
I leave early in the morning. We have weird
Yeah.
hours. There's not a lot of people on the road. I'm taking my chances, baby.
Got to pick where you drive. But I mean, maddening. Could you imagine trying to get anywhere? I mean, that's horse and buggy level at that point, basically.
As soon as you get out of your driveway, it's 0 to 0. You're already there.
Yeah, right away, man. You take off, baby. Here we go. Okay, and final one here. Would you rather have to raise the infant son of your worst enemy, or 30 kittens?
Give me 30 kittens.
You're going 30 kittens over the infant son of your worst enemy.
I don't want any of that. I don't. That. Yeah. Let me. Yeah. It's. Give me the kittens. There's too much drama.
30 of them. 30 kittens.
I can do it.
You can do 30
I
kittens.
can do 30 kittens. I don't want to be in a relationship where there's weirdness and then the kids involved. I don't want. I'm trying to avoid all that.
Virginia?
I go kittens, and I'm allergic to cats.
Really?
But I don't want somebody else's baby.
Okay.
Especially if I don't get along with them. Ugh.
That's just it.
Too much responsibility. Too much can go wrong with a baby.
Yeah, and it's with, you said the partner is with someone you can't stand, right? Is that what the question was?
No, it's you have to raise the infant son of your worst enemy. So it doesn't even say if they're necessarily in the picture. It's just the seed of the person you can't stand the most.
Well, that changes it. If I don't have to see the person, that's different.
Yeah, doesn't say you do.
I don't know. You can mess up a kid pretty bad.
Can you mess up a kitten, let alone 30 of them, Virginia?
Yeah, and cat's going to be around, what, maybe 13, 14 years? Infant son, you got till 18. So you do have about 4 more years with the son over the kittens.
That's 270 years of kittens.
What?
Never mind. 9 lives per kitten. I was doing quick math. I think my math is right. I don't know.
You just broke my brain.
I think I broke everything.
How dare you?
I broke your mic yesterday. I broke your brain today.
He's just here to break.
How dare you?
Yeah. I think I might be the only person that's going to go with the infant son.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Because, I don't know if they're in the picture and, why not?
But if they are in the picture, look out, Ralston.
Yeah, we'll have to avoid them a lot. That's it. Sounds like it's my right. I'm raising them, so I get to call the shots. 30 kids, that'd be tough, man. The smell on that, dang.
I just become a cat lady. I go all in on cats and become a cat
You're
lady.
not too far from it.
You go all the way to lady, too, huh? I love that.
He goes and
That'd be
gets
the move.
complete gender reassignment.
That's good. You got to go all in, though.
We respect all in.
Full gorilla.
Yeah, all in, baby. All in. I think we've all had our foot in our mouth before, said something that we really regretted, and quickly. It's so easy to step into it. Bird has done it a few times, and he struck again with an old acquaintance from back in the day that you hadn't seen for a while. Run into him in Target. And
Well, I used to give him baseball lessons back in the day, so I knew the kid who's now an adult.
Okay.
And his dad, and I saw his dad 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I said hello to him.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it was very quick. I smiled, said hello. The guy said hello back, and then we that's pretty much the exchange. So when I saw the kid in Target yesterday, who, again now a man, I'm like, hey, it's good to see you. Blah blah blah. I just saw your dad 2 weeks ago, and he got the weirdest look on his face. He goes, my dad died 3 years ago. It wasn't his dad. I waved at some guy that looked just like his dad, I guess. Virginia, I was so shocked by it.
How do you know it wasn't Zombie Dad?
Yes.
I don't look. Be nice, cuz it was very uncomfortable. I felt bad. I go, I'm so sorry. Because I always handle those things really well right after. I'm so sorry. It was awful, dog. I hated it. I thought the guy I waved at 2 weeks ago was his father. I guess it was just some friendly guy that I waved at.
Yeah, it's like, wow. That guy's waving at me like he knows me.
He looked just like his dad. I thought it was him.
Wow.
I know.
Or maybe
Gosh,
you waved at a
rough.
ghost. You love ghosts.
Yeah, maybe, Virginia. Well, it was just very uncomfortable. It was a very
Yeah.
foot in the mouth moment.
Yeah, you can tell right away. They got that certain look like they just smelled a fart.
Yeah.
And you know, oh, what did I say?
I felt bad.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
It does.
We did ask KVJ Nation on our Facebook page, when did you put your foot in your mouth? And a lot of people have gone through something very similar. John said, I asked this new friend about how pregnant his wife was, and he said, first, she's not my wife. Second, she's not pregnant.
Oh, for two.
Oh, my. That was busy.
That's a busy one.
So how pregnant is your wife? Okay, two things. Vinny said, I got a call to a new work site to replace a guy, or so I thought. When I began, I noticed a lot of issues, and I told the foreman, I'm like, yo, it's a good thing that this guy quit because their work looks like it was done by a trained monkey. Well, that guy, who I thought had left, was actually standing right beside the foreman. I could tell immediately by the look on his face. The next day, I was sent back to my previous job. I can see why you guys called me in, because it looks like a trained monkey did this.
Oh, are you the monkey? Nice to meet you, monkey.
Rico said I did a charity 5K to benefit families of an Army group called EOD. Afterwards, I was looking at the overpriced shirts with my ex when I said, man, these things cost an arm and a leg. It was at that moment that I noticed the guy behind the table was missing an arm and a leg. Turns out EOD stands for Explosive Ordnance Disposal Service. They were the bomb techs in the Army.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Oh, dude.
What do you say in that situation? Do you immediately apologize or do you walk away?
You buy a shirt and
You'd
you
be like, clearly
slink,
you got a shirt.
slink away.
So you don't even say anything.
You got to buy a shirt and slink away.
Okay, you buy a shirt and don't say anything. That's your move.
Yeah.
So you prolong the moment by getting out your money, paying for a shirt.
You just throw, like, if it's $20, you throw 30 at him and leave.
Not even an apology. You just get the hell out
You
of
get
there.
the hell out of there as quick as you can.
Man.
Man, oh man, that's tough. Oh yeah, it is the KVJ Show. Talking about some fun foot and mouth moments. Jaber was talking about how he ran into an old acquaintance at a Target the other day and said, hey, I just seen your dad 2 weeks ago. He said, that's odd because my dad died like 2 years ago.
Damn.
And who the hell was I waving at? That's the real question.
Yes.
If you wave at people, they will normally wave back. I did the same thing the other day. I waved at this lady, and I was so happy to see her. And then as I got closer, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's not her. But she was like, hey. And I was like, hey.
Isn't that embarrassing? That's embarrassing. Or when someone says hi to me and I'm like, hey, how's it going? But they're not talking to me. I'm like, oh.
They're talking to somebody behind
I
you.
get so embarrassed when that happens.
Oh, yeah. I do that. So I
do.
And I don't know if it's, what is better to, if somebody is legitimately waving at you, to stand there and stare at them stone cold face, or to do a goofy wave.
It's better to wave.
Well, because I always feel like it might be someone from KVJ Nation, and I don't want to. I don't want to be like I'm standoffish. So I think I'm sent to the hey, what's going on, dude? I don't know you. What are you doing?
I learned that lesson because one time I'm like, I'm not going to do that because I know they're not waving at me, and they were waving at me, and I did the stone face. I'm like, they're going to be like, he is so.
Oh, and that's when you read social media. Kevin's a jerk.
Kevin is such an elite douche. He thinks he's better than us with that hair.
I get it.
So I go with the goofy, and I tell you, a lot more times than not, they're not waving at me.
Yes.
But then, so what? It's goofy.
Yeah.
At least you were nice.
Yeah.
It's always better to wave and just look like a chucklehead.
It is better that way. I agree, but it can be embarrassing.
Yeah. Somebody had a foot and mouth episode happen. They text in 877-979-WRMF. They're talking about when they were working in physical therapy and they had a patient in the gym. They had lost both their arms and one leg because they had stepped on a landmine.
Oh, my.
But they're saying he's such a positive person. I couldn't believe it. I just had to let him know one day. So I walked over and I'm like going, you know what? I'm just blown away by your attitude.
Oh.
And as soon as I said it, I just had that look. They were nice and just laughed. And, you know, the positive attitude carried over. But, yeah, if you want to express how impressed you are by their personality.
Wrong words.
Yeah,
You didn't mean it.
You don't. And, if you're dealing with somebody that's cool, then they'll be like, I know what you meant. Yeah. All right, time for another round of Who Dat Celebrity. Can you actually pick out a celebrity just by hearing their voice?
Virginia's not that good at this game.
I'm not, and I think I would be better at it, but I really suck.
You're a celebrity girl.
Okay, so here's what we got. You got to write down your answers here just to see if they are legit. I'm going to play you a clip of a celebrity. You got to tell me who this celebrity is that is talking right here.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Okay. This is a great line.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Okay. Got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. Virginia, who dat celebrity?
Is that Christopher Walken?
Christopher Walken's your guess. What do you got, Jay-Bird?
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken, yeah. Famous SNL skit. Watch that when I grab that clip, and oh man, that's a great skit.
It makes me laugh.
Will Ferrell's in there.
They're all laughing and
Jimmy
cracking
Fallon's
up.
in there. Yeah, it's a very solid clip. All right, who is this celebrity right here?
This is sex ed class. Now, I'm going to draw a very realistic sketch of my vagina.
Okay. All right. Who is that celebrity? Jaber, what did you write down?
Only talking about Sofia Vergara.
Sofia Vergara, Virginia.
I wrote down Sofia Vergara as well.
See, oh man, she is hysterical. She is very funny. Just going through finding that clip, there's she's very quick-witted. Watching her on all the late night talk shows, she's a very funny gal. All right, what about this celebrity here?
When I first stepped on stage as a comedian, I really had no idea if I was funny or not. I mean, none.
Okay.
These are pretty easy so far.
So far.
Are you really struggling, Virginia?
Don't look at me like that.
All right, and you don't look at me either, then.
Judgy.
Yeah, learned that from you.
Virginia, did you come up with an answer on this?
Is that Jerry Seinfeld?
What'd you write, Bird?
I wrote Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh my gosh, it's Jerry Seinfeld. I can't believe it. Yeah. All right, you both get a point on that one. Okay. Maybe they'll get a little tougher here, maybe not.
You know Ralston. He likes to get hard at the end.
Oh, yes.
Whoa.
I don't spend time with him like you.
I'll stay seated.
What are y'all doing on the weekend?
Okay, what do you think about this? Who is this celebrity?
But what I'm dealing with is hard because it involves more than just my heart. It involves a lot of little hearts. You know, we have 4 kids, and divorce is never easy.
Okay.
Does she have 4 kids? Well, I wrote down a name, but the 4 kids is screwing me up.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. He's a little tougher.
Can I get a little more?
Can we hear it again?
Just a taste.
And we're both from divorced families, so you know we know the best thing here is to protect our children and their little hearts. So I'm usually very open, and I usually talk about everything. But in this case, I will talk a little bit here and there about how it affects me personally, but probably won't go too far into it because, you know, I'm a mama bear.
I got it, but I did not know she had 4 kids.
Okay. All right, Virginia, did you write down your answer too?
I wrote down Kelly Clarkson.
What'd you write down, Bird?
Kelly Clarkson!
Kelly Clarkson! Yes, very nice.
I did not know she had 4 kids.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know a lot.
I don't think she has 4 kids. He had kids before they got together, and she's awesome and includes them in everything, even though he's a disgusting pig.
Okay.
Whatever. We all lose.
She includes his kids, even though she didn't give birth to them, because she's a good person. He's not.
We just got an extra dirt story, and I apologize.
Yeah. Okay, you guys are perfect so far. What about this celebrity? Who dat?
And Will, do you remember this? And I'll never forget, man. We were living next to each other, and Will came into where I was living, and he's like, "Hey, man, we had dinner the night before." I know you're not supposed to cry on the show. Sorry, this is pretty emotional. I'm not crying, but
you're crying. I'm not crying. You're crying.
No, but I'll never forget it because Will, who can be mean, but it's there's no ill will. It's just like if you know each other, you feel safe, and the way we do.
Okay. All right, what do you think about that? Who's that celebrity? What did you write down, Bird?
Well, I mean, I'm a Cooper trooper, so that's Bradley Cooper.
Virginia, what'd you write?
I didn't write nothing.
You got nothing on that?
Is that Bradley Cooper?
That's Bradley Cooper. Bird's going to get the win.
Oh, wow.
Where my bird is at?
Bird gets the win at the end.
Hey, Kev, how did that coconut battle go earlier? Who got the win on that one?
Bird, you crushed Virginia in that.
Your hands destroy everything they touch. I should have known better to go against you.
Oh, man, it's a good day today.
I can't beat those hands.
Couple W's.
Well, yeah, Virginia, what's going on with you today here? The Bird is just whooping up on you and everything.
He's just that good.
You want to do a chug off? I think I'll take you down on that.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time to.
You ride these waves.
Yeah, this is the time to challenge Virginia. My goodness, she's all over it. Well, I don't know if this is surprising to anyone or not, but TikTok is increasing its lead on YouTube amongst kids. What do your kids watch, Virginia?
I don't know. They both watch a lot of YouTube. But they watch a lot of TikTok. Mags watches more TikTok than Rocco.
And well, you know what? It's all kind of morphing into one. YouTube's got stuff from TikTok. I see stuff on TikTok that people made on YouTube. It's all kind of morphing into one big, goofy videos.
But only one platform gets credit when somebody is there, whatever it might be. And you can see this lead increasing. They say that kids between the ages of 4 and 18 were spending an average of 82 minutes a day on TikTok versus 75 minutes a day on YouTube. And that was in 2020. So it was 82 to 75 then. But by the end of 2021, the average has increased to 91 minutes for TikTok. And YouTube has dropped all the way down to 56 minutes per day. They say that TikTok is just crushing it. They're running away with everything. They're making more money. I don't know what this is going to mean for YouTube.
I do know what it does for planet Earth. It makes us a little bit dumber.
They say it is the styles and that people still just want to have the quick hit videos. I got to tell you, my wife, I don't even think she really watches YouTube. Hers is TikTok. And I was really surprised because yesterday she had to go somewhere and she's going to be sitting for like an hour or something. I'm like, what are you going to do? She's like, I'm just going to watch TikTok. I'm like, you're going to sit there and watch TikTok for an hour? And she was cool with that. Have you ever just sat down and watched TikTok for an hour, Virginia?
I do watch it, but I don't know if I'd go for a whole hour.
To me, it just feels like it would scramble your brain after a while, wouldn't it?
Well,
a lot.
There's some videos that are 3 minutes long. Not everything's a quick hit. They have gone longer. I mean, YouTube, you're going to get longer. It depends on what you're watching, honestly.
I find that the payoffs are just sporadic. I'll watch like 4 or 5 videos and I'll be like, that wasn't worth my time, just to find one that was.
Okay.
I got caught up on one thing. This girl had found, it looked like 7 baby rats in her driveway, and she didn't know what to do with them, but they weren't rats. I guess they were squirrels, and she had like part 4. Part 1, part 2. I got all the way to part 4, and then she just stopped making videos. She's like, "Oh, they died," Bob, and that was it.
Oh no!
And I watched it that morning, and you're not gonna believe it. I come home that day, and I kept thinking about that video. Kept thinking about those little animals in there, and in my driveway there was one of those animals that day.
A baby squirrel.
It was either a baby squirrel or a baby rat. It was the same exact thing that was in that video that I watched that day.
Wow.
And it was in my head, and it was in my driveway. It was weird, man.
TikTok is really messing with you.
Kevin, it freaked me out.
It was bringing him in, huh?
I watched it, the story stayed with me, and then I'm driving in, and I go, what the hell is that on my sidewalk driveway area? I'm like,
no, it was just sitting there. Did
it
you
was
get
dead.
a good...
No, it was a dead.
So that's why you couldn't tell if it was a rat or a squirrel.
It looked
that
like
thing was really smushed.
It looked like it just looked like it died of dehydration.
Okay.
And it was out on the sidewalk just like it was in the TikTok video.
I think rats die that way more.
I don't know, dog.
And because, a lot of times people set them rat traps. That's the worst because we'd had that. We got those little black boxes. You ever seen those things that people have?
Yeah.
But those rats make it out, and then they do the death limp.
It's terrible.
And you're just like, oh my gosh.
Same person.
Can they please die in the box?
Right. That's what I thought that's what was going to happen. I had to sit there and watch the death of a rat in my backyard. And it was so dramatic. Like, oh, it's a big one. He was like, oh. And it was like an Academy Award-winning performance this thing put on.
Can we get rid of the glue strips You ever see those?
I don't do those. That'd be worse. I haven't done that.
Why had that
I got
rat
the black
problem?
box.
You think you're gonna go? Oh, the rat people are gonna come and they're gonna have all this technical stuff? They just threw a bunch of that sticky stuff down.
Oh no,
we
that'd be
found
terrible.
a rat.
I couldn't do that.
It took it 3 days to.
Oh my God!
I couldn't do that.
Kevin, it was terrible.
No,
awful.
What I had to witness was bad enough.
Sweet Dennys came and talk about it. It shook us to the core with
Yeah.
this glue strip.
Yeah, I get it. Well, I think what it is all about still is the fact that TikTok videos are a lot faster than the YouTube videos. So if you watch a YouTube video and you're like, that was a waste of time, you've wasted more time. With TikTok, like you're talking about your ratio, Virginia,
It's
at
quick.
least you're not wasting a lot of time. And TikTok is still telling their creators 21 to 34 seconds is the sweet spot to find traction.
Huh.
That's still the golden time limit. So even though you have the ability to make longer videos, they still say if you want really good traction, keep them under 34 seconds. So that's what they're saying.
Who wants to laugh their ass off? Ooh, I know I do. He wrote some funny punchlines just for me and you. It's Danny's Joke Jury. Who's ready to laugh?
Oh, you know we are. Here we go. Denny's Joke Jury. He's pinned out a little comedy for us. We just got to tell him which jokes hit and which ones don't. All right, what you got today, Denny's?
All right. Why did the OBGYN doctor buy a red Corvette and start dressing younger?
I don't know. Why?
They were going through a midwife crisis.
Yeah,
Smart
baby.
comedy right off
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Okay.
What was the worst part about the poker player getting gangrene?
Poker player getting gangrene. I don't know. What was the worst part?
He lost his hand.
Whoa, look at this.
Oh, he's on fire today.
Third joke. How did the gardener make his first million?
How do you make his first million? I don't know. How do you make it?
With his hedge fund?
Okay.
I mean, this
Gardner
is
comedy.
This is intellectual comedy,
Yes.
man.
I
Who's
love
doing
a
that?
horticulture joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fourth joke. How can you tell when a dog is kinky?
How can you tell when a dog is kinky? I don't know. How can you tell when a dog is kinky?
They're into mutt stuff.
Oh, it's good. The 404 Daddies.
Man, oh man.
All right, final joke. Why wasn't the baker allowed within 1,000 feet of the sourdough?
I don't know. Why?
Because he was a registered breadophile.
That's 5 out of 5, folks.
Pretty good round.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, it looks like George Foreman is trying to get ahead of a lawsuit that apparently he got a notification that it was going to be filed this week. I guess there are two women that claim that back in the 70s, George Foreman sexually abused them.
Oh, wow.
Now, these are two women that are the daughters of fathers who apparently had friendships and working relationships with George Foreman. So they're saying, oh, George Foreman abused us back in the 70s. I don't know how old they are saying they were back in the 70s, but George Foreman is coming out strong and swinging, no pun intended, saying that he did not abuse anyone. He said, I'm a man of faith, a man of God, and I will fiercely defend my reputation against these allegations that are false.
Was there rumblings back in the 70s of any of this, or is this all of a sudden just coming out from the 1970s?
You know, I've never heard anything about George Foreman, but I've also never looked into it. But I can't remember hearing anything. I mean, he's worth $300 million.
I gotta tell you, I got Virginia a Foreman grill for her birthday.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
And she never used it, and then she regifted it and gave it back to me for my birthday. It's the best gift. It's amazing. It's such a great... Kevin, it's so easy to cook everything.
They are awesome. They really are awesome. The George Foreman grill is huge as far as like
It is.
a moneymaker.
And I got us a good one.
This sounds like a money grab because we've never heard anything about George Foreman before. And if it happened in the 70s, it just seems like, wow, it's so long that they're talking about it. But I mean, you got to listen and see what everybody's saying. And after one lawsuit is filed, that'll be interesting to see. Is anybody else going to come forward that has, a legit case?
But I don't understand what's going to happen with it.
I don't know. I think maybe they were trying to get $12 million from what originally he said they've been shaking me down for a while and threatening to go public with these allegations if I didn't pay them $12 million. And he said, I'm not paying them $12 million. And now they're filing a real lawsuit. And so that's why George felt like he had to get ahead of it and come out with his own statement and say he didn't do this.
I guess if they file a lawsuit, how are they going to win? I guess.
Great question.
Because you're talking about 50 years.
That's what I'm saying. How do you win a case like that?
I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, though. We will keep you posted. Nick Cannon went on a podcast, the Hot Tea Talk Show, and on it talked about Mariah Carey in a sweet, loving way. Here he is.
Come on, that's my fantasy love. That's somebody I will always love. Like
I know that.
Like I will never have a love like I have with Mariah.
Yeah.
If I had the opportunity to, if it could be the way that it was, I'm there.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm there.
He's about to welcome his 9th baby into the world.
Does he have kids with Mariah?
Yeah.
He does?
2.
You
twins, right?
Yeah.
You could quiz me on celebrity with kids, and I would fail it bravely.
Yeah, he's got 2 kids with her, and then a bunch with a bunch of other women. That kind of complicates it. I don't know if Mariah wants to deal with all that, because when you're with a guy and he's got other children, and then they've got other baby mothers, like that creates a lot of strain and drama.
Yeah, complicated.
And it's expensive. I'm sure she doesn't want to pay for that. And finally here, good news for Britney. Jamie Spears, her father, has been legally ordered by a court to sit down and be deposed and produce all the documents that are being requested by her legal team. You know that Matthew Rosengart, he is really good, and he is trying to protect Britney and punish Jamie for what he did. The court has sided with Britney and sided with her lawyer and said Jamie must sit down within the next 30 days and be deposed and bring all the documents related to the illegal stuff that he may have done to his daughter while he was managing her conservatorship.
Okay.
Ooh, this could be good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
You're going to love this, Virginia. We got a text. We're talking about Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Basically throwing out on a podcast that he would get back with Mariah Carey, the father of her twins.
She is his fantasy. Mom. That was her song. Get it?
I hate it.
Yeah. I love it.
Please send me home.
I mean, it is so tribute to Mariah. I am all about that.
Well, this is a nice tribute. This text says, I did personal services for Mariah Carey a long time ago when she was here in South Florida when she had the twins.
What kind of personal services? How do I get one of these jobs?
Don't know.
As you were, Kevin. I know. She's going to ask you probably 3 more questions you don't have the answers to, but go ahead, Kevin.
Says she was the most humble person I've ever met. She's definitely not the diva that they make her out to be. She was a very loving mother, and she cared for the crying twins herself all evening. She was really awesome.
Wow.
How about that, huh?
And she had a camera crew with her.
Maybe. Maybe.
I would like to hang with her just for a weekend.
Oh,
on a yacht. That'd be so fun.
We know you do. She does not want to hang with you.
I know. Unless I sneak in there as like a steward on the boat, or I'm serving cheese or bartending.
You have a better shot of hanging with Mariah, who does middays on WIRK, our sister station.
She's awesome too.
She's great.
I would love to hang with her on a boat.
She's awesome.
Yeah. All right, time for a round of little kid or drunk adult. We all do dumb things. Sometimes when we do, we're little kids. Other times we were drunk adults. Thank you for all these submissions people send in on the WRMF app. We have something called the mic drop feature where you can leave us audio. So you tell us the dumb thing you did, leave a little space, and then let us know. Were you a little kid or a drunk adult, and explain the story. Okay, first submission that we have here. What is the dumb thing you did?
I kicked a guy in the for touching my chicken.
Wait, what?
You kicked him in the what?
Is this Beavis?
Kicked him in the,
I kicked a guy in the for touching my chicken.
I think he kicked a guy in the D for touching his chicken.
I have so many questions. Is it his pet chicken or is it his dish?
Why is his voice so weird?
I know, right?
We got a lot going on here.
I kicked a guy in the for touching my chicken.
It sounds like a comedy bit.
It sounds like Beavis and Butthead.
It's got to be an adult.
Yeah, we're going drunk adult.
Drunk adult for both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think so as well.
I was a little kid. I was at the store with my mom, and I had this stuffed chicken that I took everywhere. Anyway, this creepy guy who kept coming up to my mom to say hi tried to tell me he liked my chicken and touched it, and I kicked the of him right in the My mom was mad, but the dude left us alone after that.
Whoa. A kicking kid?
It's aggressive.
Don't touch my chicken. All right.
Okay, all right. We're starting off strong.
What a story.
Got us all on that. Okay, what about this moment? Was this inspired by alcohol or just being a little kid?
I fell on stage at graduation and accidentally pulled down a faculty member's pants.
Okay, well, it could be a college graduation where you would be hammered, but they do graduations for kids of every grade now, it seems like. Starts at kindergarten and then it goes, elementary school?
Yeah.
Junior high?
I mean, either way, how fun is that to be in the audience? If a little kid does it or a drunk adult does it, I am laughing.
Which are you going for here? Little kid or drunk adult, Virginia?
I'm going drunk adult.
It feels a little kid to me.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go little kid as well. What were you?
So it was kindergarten graduation, and I reached out to get the diploma, and I tripped and fell, and I accidentally grabbed a faculty member's pants, and it was like elastic, so I pulled her pants down, and it turned out that she fully retired at the end of that year.
Okay. All right.
Poor lady.
Fully retired, huh? Well, that's tough. All right, we got another one here. Little kid or drunk adult. What is the dumb thing you did?
I slid down the stair rails and broke my collarbone.
Drunk adult.
Oh, my gosh.
Drunk adult.
Yeah.
I've done. I love sliding on things.
Been there, done that.
Okay.
You get a couple bottles of wine in my belly. I want to slide.
Bartender, we're ordering 3 for drunk adult.
I was a drunk adult. It was in our sorority house, and a few of us were overserved. And these guys were over, and we were trying to show off. And after I used the bathroom, I went to go back downstairs, and I saw they were all at the bottom of the stairs, so I decided to be a show-off. And I jumped on the stair rail and started to slide down when my jean shorts caught, and it was like someone pulled the emergency brake, and I went flying off the rails into some people, and bam, right on the floor, and broke my collarbone.
Oh, man. And you ever seen somebody that does that, too? Some of those, they look so gnarly.
It would have been so fun if nothing would have been broke.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Could have been great. Could have been great. All right, and we got one more submission here for little kid or drunk adult. What is the dumb thing you did?
I got suspended after I cut a big chunk out of this girl's hair.
Got suspended.
Man, this is another one. People like cutting hair. Don't you try cutting my hair. I know everyone hates it. You come at me with some scissors, you're going to get speared.
Suspended tells me it's a little kid.
It's a little kid.
Virginia?
They messed up.
I don't know. You could be at work. What if it was a work party?
You're right.
You're drinking at work. They like to do that around here. They get a little tipsy in their happy hour parties around here.
They do this.
Yeah.
They had a Pride Fest party in that kitchen. It looked like a rager.
Yeah.
We tell the story
Throw
about
down.
how we had a party here and they had to take the person home because she got way too turned. And it was like 1 p. It was early in the day.
Well, it's like if you're an amateur and you don't drink a lot and then your work gives you all these free drinks.
I get it.
It gets away from
It's
you.
exciting. It's fun. I understand.
It's free.
I'm going drunk adult, Kev.
Okay.
I want it to be drunk adult so bad.
I'm going to go little kid just because of the suspended part. What were you?
I was a little kid. I was in 3rd grade, and it was before I got braces. And this girl told me that I had summer teeth. Some are here, some are there. So during arts and crafts, when she wasn't paying attention, I walked up behind her, and with one smooth swoop, I chopped a huge chunk of her hair off the top of her head. I got sent home and couldn't come back for 2 days.
Wow.
She still has it in her, by the way. I can hear it in her voice. Don't cross her. She will cut not only your hair, but maybe you.
She's not sorry.
No, she's happy, and I just feel like if you slight her, you better pack a lunch.
I like her spirit.
All right, we got a bunch of confessions here today. People are texting in some pretty scandalous stuff. Man, oh man. Kind of crazy what we're getting here. I'm going to have to censor a few of these, I believe.
Kevin, when we were at the Crazy Horse, people were confessing all kind of stuff to me. They tell me the juiciest story. Hey, bro, don't mention on the radio. Like, all right. All right.
Yeah.
Don't tell me then, because I'll forget.
I mean, don't tell the guy who's on the radio.
Yeah.
And drunk.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
It's hard to remember which secrets you're supposed to keep and which you're allowed to tell.
Oh, I remember it all from Saturday, Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, give me some.
Oh, yeah. We got somebody that just texted in and said, I still stalk my latest ex, but I have a boyfriend.
Oh.
Bet that happens a good bit, right?
Okay, but how does she stalk him? Is it social media style, or is she getting in a car?
Is she getting in the bushes?
Yeah, is she getting in the bushes, Cam?
Like to know? Let us know.
That's an
Keep
automatic
the story going.
If you found out Panda was stalking his ex, not on social media, because I think a lot of people do that, but you found out he was driving around, seeing what she's doing, is that a divorce?
It's not a divorce, but it's a come to Jesus. We got to sit you down. We got to figure out what you're doing. Like, why would you do something so nutty?
I'm way too moody to be married. I'd be like, fine, we're done. You're stalking. You're stalking your ex, you psycho.
Yeah. What if you found out your girl, your wife?
Yeah, I would be. It
just says to me, you're not focused on our marriage. You're not in our relationship. You're still pining for your ex.
It would be so tough for me to lay with somebody after that. I'm sorry. I'm birds out.
Okay. That's a breakup.
Yeah, Kevin. That kind of
Got into a different segment. This confession here says, my 4-year-old son is having issues mixing up his letters. So when he tried to excitedly tell his teacher that he loved nights with dad and popcorn, he mistakenly told her that he loved nights with dad and cop porn.
A lot of people are into cop porn. It's that whole man in a uniform.
But it's a 4-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right, though.
It's a little early.
You're right, Virginia. People are into that.
Says it took a hot minute to sort out that confusion. Wait, what? You and your dad are watching cop porn?
That's amazing.
This text says, my daughter caught me peeing in the bathroom sink. 15 years of near perfect parenting, and this is what she's going to remember.
Is it the mom or the dad? Because if it's the mom, you're up there squatting. If it's the dad, you're standing.
Why were you peeing in the sink? If the toilet's right there.
Don't you think it's a little bit more abrasive to walk in on someone squatting over a sink?
It is. I don't know many women that are peeing in the sink. I don't know many men that are, but, probably going to be more frequent.
But if a daughter walks in on a dad, it's a little worse than if daughter walks in on mom.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I walked in on either my mom or my dad peeing in the sink, which one's going to bum me out or rattle me more? It's without a doubt my mom squatting in the sink.
Yeah.
It's no
Without
doubt.
Yeah.
But for me, I would be able to shake off my mom squatting in the sink quicker than seeing my dad with his dong out in the sink.
Okay. Interesting breakdown.
I don't know.
Either way, it's going to stay with you.
Either way, no one wins here.
This text says, I have 2 daughters. One is a good dancer. The other is not. Instead of finding something the other daughter is good at, I just selfishly keep her in dance because I'm too lazy to chauffeur my kids all around Palm Beach County. #parent hack.
I think my parents would do that too. Me and my little sister have to join things together. I was terrible in tumbling class, and I still had to go.
Yeah. This confession says, when someone asks me what the happiest day of my life is, I'll tell them that it was the birth of my child. But in reality, it was the day I got a lap dance from Carmen Electra at a nightclub in Miami. The truth would make me look terrible.
Yeah, you know what? Keep that one in.
Yeah.
And just have that happy memory.
That's a good thing to say for KVJ Confessions.
Carmen Electra's throwing out lap dances? When the hell did that happen?
Probably back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
She had a reality show. She was working it.
Yeah, she was. This confession says, I bought 2 tickets for my girlfriend on her birthday for us to go to Justin Bieber in Miami. She then dumped me for another guy a week before the concert. Then an hour before the show, I reported the ticket stolen.
Oh, he was just feeling lonely.
He was.
It's a great trick, though.
Here's some of the scandalous ones I was talking about. I told my husband it really turns me on to watch him punch the clown. It doesn't, but it saves me from having to do it.
Oh, man, my man thinks he's getting all hot and bothered, getting after it.
Oh, yeah, baby, that's so hot. Keep it going.
I mean, just tugging and chugging. That's so messed up, man.
You like it?
Oh,
You like
it's so
it?
hot. Yeah, it's so hot,
like
baby.
it?
Keep going.
Oh, no, it's
Keep going.
It's a harmless
So
lie.
hot.
It's a harmless lie.
That's so hot. Oh, man, you got me going.
Oh, please, keep doing
Please.
it. I love looking at your gut jiggle.
Oh, please, that's so hot. Oh, man. Whoa, here's a big one. After breaking up with my alcoholic boyfriend of 15 years, he stalked me and showed up drunk at my house when my daughters were home. Knowing he was drunk and had 2 DUIs previously, I called Crime Stoppers when he drove off. He was arrested and spent 3 years in prison. I still feel guilty.
I always wonder how that works. If somebody let's say someone doesn't like you and they see you at a bar and you're drinking, if you call the cops, do they typically take that seriously, or they send a patrol car out usually?
I think it just depends. How busy are the cops? What else is going on? Does the dispatcher take it serious? Like, I think there's so many variables that the human condition puts into play.
But I also could see somebody doing that to harass somebody. Like, if I didn't like Kevin and he's at the restaurant and he's not drinking, I could still call the cops and go, this guy is getting hammered.
Yeah, sure.
How does that all work
That kind
out?
of stuff does happen, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bet you the cops, if they have time, maybe they'll come. But if they're busy, they're probably like, okay, we got to prioritize the crimes.
Mm-hmm. Somebody texted in this confession to us. It says, my sister once brought her hot friend to our boathouse for the weekend.
Nice. Sister.
I came back early from the water to find this sexy pair of underwear just laying next to this girl's bag. I thoroughly smelled them, only to find out later that they were my mom's.
Well, that's what you get. Stop smelling strangers' panties, dude. That's what you get.
Oh, these are so good.
Oh, my God.
Son, what are you doing with my underwear? Oh, man, that did not go as planned. And somebody else texted in here. They said, I went for a poo in a Starbucks the other day. There were some cool glasses just sitting on the sink. So I tried them on, looked in the mirror, and then I sat down, forgetting to lock the door. Moments later, the door whips open, and the owner of the glasses is standing there puzzled, trying to sort out what's happening. The following exchange was so awkward.
First of all,
You're wearing their glasses.
I'm not down with getting people's poo glasses from the bathroom. That's rough.
Wait, now how nice were the glasses? Because if that happened to me, I would totally try them on and look in the mirror and see.
Oh, I look good.
Does that
Sit down.
Sit down and take a poo in the glasses.
That skeeves me out a little bit.
Do you take them back or you let them keep them? Be like, you know what? They're yours.
How much did they cost?
Well, earlier this week on the Whacked Out News, we had played you a clip of this anchor from CBS 6 TV in Albany, New York, Heather Kovar.
She's a rock star.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, she went through a whole newscast at 6 o'clock on Saturday night, and she was slurring her way through it. She just seemed a little discombobulated. Now, she's saying that she wasn't on alcohol or pills. She claims she was sleep deprived and exhausted, but regardless, apparently she's not with the TV station today.
Oh.
Yeah. Dang. So I don't know what the real story was, but
What about our drunk girl? She's still with us.
Oh, I know, yeah. In radio, you keep your job. In TV, apparently you lose it. That's just the difference of the two.
Somebody tell her, well, TV may not want you, but radio will welcome you with open arms and a welcome cocktail.
Yeah, they will.
So what a KVJ Nationer suggested was, I wonder what it would sound like if Drunk Virginia did a newscast with Heather Kovar. We said, well, you know what? We could actually make that happen. We grabbed some audio that we had got at Virginia one time. She was doing a broadcast from a Dolphins game live, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my girl's hammered. So we started rolling audio right away.
I was killing it.
She was doing, she was on a Sunday, and you're not...
Sunday morning.
When you do these things on Sunday, you're really not supposed to be on the microphone more than 15 seconds, maybe 30, if that.
Yeah.
She broke into a full-on interview with some Dolphin players.
Oh, yeah, it was a full-on show. It was unbelievable.
And keep in mind, it's only supposed to be going 30 seconds. There was one that went 3 minutes long.
I was doing a sports show.
Oh, I
Where are
couldn't
you
believe
at?
it. It
Where
was
you at,
amazing.
Ralston?
Oh,
I took your gig.
Trust me. Yeah, your sports show is a lot more entertaining than mine. So your wish is achieved right here as we have mashed up our Drunk Virginia with CBS 6 news anchor Heather Kovar. What do it sound like if they did a newscast together?
Oh my gosh, it's Dolphins football Sunday. Love it, love it.
All right, so our local CBS 6's and Emma Quinn, she's so amazing. And she spoke with local businesses and as well as Discover Schenectady about the Discover impact that it's bringing to downtown Schenectady.
We would love for you to stop by our table and say hi. We're going to be out here all afternoon. Oh, this is really like a struggle for me to say.
And you know what? That was Vito. And he is amazing.
Vito.
He brings live music to Lansingburg. He works so hard to make sure it all happens. It's going to happen throughout all of through the end of August. You've got to go to Powers Park.
Okay, I've had a few rum and cokes, I'm not gonna lie. Just a couple. We're gonna be out here all day. Come say hi. We're broadcasting live.
And you can still make it tonight. If you're going to head out, if you're in Lansingburg, you can still make it tonight because there is a tribute band tonight starting about right now that's going to do something with the Tom Petty. Seriously, if I wasn't here, I would be there.
Okay, there you go.
Girl, we know. The funny thing is, our girl, Virginia, made the other woman sound like a choir girl.
Yes.
I mean, seriously. You were so tore up.
I admitted that I couldn't do it and then kept doing it and admitted I was having drinks and actively told you what they were.
The best part of that is where she goes, I'm not going to lie. I've had a couple. You're lying. A couple? You are lying. You're lying.
I'm not gonna lie. And I'm going to lie. Pretty amazing. Yep.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, we'll start with a couple of drunk stories here in your Whacked Out News today, including one of a guy in Wales that got caught driving drunk in a van with 2 missing tires. That's not going to be good. When they pulled him over, he tried blaming it on COVID. He said he tested positive the next day and argued in court that he only drove drunk because the virus affected his decision-making skills. Court was not buying it, though, and they suspended his license for 17 months. So,
blaming on COVID, huh?
That was it. He said it wasn't the fact that I was completely hammered, it was COVID.
COVID, not the rum and cokes.
Mm-hmm.
Couple, guys, just a couple.
Just a couple rum and cokes.
Not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie.
Couple dozen.
I'm gonna lie.
Couple bottles.
Couple dozen.
A 35-year-old woman in Kentucky got arrested for public intoxication and child endangerment after cops found her changing a baby's diaper on a set of train tracks.
Lady.
Oh my gosh.
What the hell?
That is extreme.
That is, whoa. That sounds like an insane new sport, doesn't it?
Oh.
Yeah. Insane being the key word there. Crazy stuff. Well, there was a bunch of people that were at a beach in New Hampshire on Tuesday when they heard an alert to evacuate because apparently something had gone wrong at a nuclear power plant nearby. Thankfully, it was just a mistake. They weren't in any danger, but everybody started panicking and freaking out.
Oh my
I don't like that.
No, me neither.
Yeah, people get a little bit alarmed when that happens.
Attention, there is a problem at Seabrook Nuclear Power Station.
I heard someone over a speaker say that there's a problem at the power plant and to stay away from the beach, and I thought it was scary.
People started coming out of their cottages. They couldn't believe, what we just heard.
We're seeing people run off the beach. We're pretty scared at that point.
Oh my gosh.
There was another. I have a buddy up in New York, and there was some weird. Somebody in New York released a nuclear. If a nuclear war happens, kind of a video.
Yeah, it was in New York City. Yeah.
Did you hear the audio?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
He said people were freaking out up there. It's really kind of creepy.
That's awful.
I don't know. They're like, I just need to know to be prepared on what to do. But all they basically said was just go inside and don't leave.
Did you see the video?
No, but I would be terrified. I would literally mess my pants.
The woman in the video is acting all calm, cool, and collected. Like, this is what you do if, are you guys trying to tell us something? Is something happening here?
What is going on here?
Horrifying.
Why are we doing this? Yeah, well, I guess it's because everything going on with, Russia and people are worried. I don't know.
Okay, as long as that's all it is, Kevin, it's just worried.
I guess it's to prepare you in case the worst should happen.
One of the things she said is if we have a nuclear war, make sure you don't stay outside. Well, thanks for the tip, lady.
Yeah. Great advice. Well, where the war is going on in Ukraine, there's a petition now to replace a statue of Russian leader Catherine the Great with one of a gay porn star. They kind of want to do a screw you to Russia because obviously they're not too fond of them right now. But Russia has a strict anti-gay stance. That's why they're doing that, to really stick it to Russia.
Gotcha.
Billy Harrington was his name. He won an award for Best Group Sex Scene in 2002, but sadly died in a car accident in 2018.
That's sad.
Yes. So they want to, I guess, leave a legacy of Billy Harrington. There's a petition that has been out, and 25,000 people have actually signed it. So now President Zelensky has to consider it. So I don't know what he's going to do, but the interesting little switch, should they do it. We now know exactly what was going on when the feds raided an art gallery on Worth Avenue in Palm Beach back in December. It was Palm Beach art dealer Daniel Eli Bouziz, who has been indicted on federal fraud charges after his art gallery on Worth Avenue got raided. He allegedly was buying cheap paintings online and then making up fake authentication papers in order to sell the paintings for tens of thousands of dollars more online.
Dang, he was fabricating the authentication pages?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
He was trying to say this was Andy Warhol, this was a Banksy, and other famous artists, and it wasn't. You might know George Rodrigue.
Yeah.
Yeah, does the Blue Dogs.
He's dead now, so he's not doing any more, but those are very valuable.
So he went online and he bought one on an auction website for $140 and tried to resell that print for $48,000.
Wow.
That's an example of what he was doing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And when the feds have a big raid like that, is that considered a big game? Do they get rest the night before, or do they just go into work,
Probably
say,
just another day.
this is your assignment today, this is the raid,
Yeah.
blah, blah. Do they do a raid every day, probably?
No, I don't know. Probably.
I get so many questions,
It probably
kid.
was a big day.
The raids are probably the most fun.
Yeah.
The night
Like you
before,
probably the night
Yeah.
before are like so
You'd be jacked,
jazzed.
yeah.
do you want to get some sleep?
It'd be like the night before a big game if you're a
Okay.
player, yeah.
You probably
I think
don't
so.
raid, but like once every quarter.
But you're
though.
jacked up for the raid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you got to prepare for the raid. You got to do all the paperwork and get your evidence together.
Kevin would do the best raid prep.
Here, it's
I would, yeah. Be very thorough.
Send me in as a bulldog. I'll take that bullet. I don't care.
Okay.
Send me in, dog.
Okay.
No, why do you have to die?
I don't know. I like being the guy that goes in there.
He's going to be the shield.
Yeah.
No.
Shield Pennington.
He's just the guy that takes all the bullets.
That's right. I'm doing this so you can live, dog.
No, stay back here with me and hide. What are you doing?
I found a couple more pythons here in South Florida. These were in the Big Cypress National Preserve in Collier County. They got out one python that was 10 feet long. It was a mama sitting on a nest with 23 unhatched eggs.
Oh.
The other one was a python that measured 17 feet 6 inches.
Dang.
And it was nearby 74 recently hatched eggs.
74. And they already got out.
That lets you know exactly what a problem they have trying to stay on top of this.
Holy moly.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Our insane friend Travis Pastrana was in the Keys doing Daredevil type stuff. He got into a 1983 Subaru GL he called the Family Huckster. And I don't know if you're familiar with the bridge that used to go over to Boot Key, but it's got, they took out the drawbridge part of it, so it's just got that gap.
Yeah.
So he took the old Family Huckster and he ramped over the gap in the bridge. He did make it.
He did?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And he only broke 11 bones, and
Right.
he loved every bone broken.
Yeah.
Was it a sanctioned thing, or did he just go out there like a cowboy?
No, he did. Marathon City Council had actually given him permission to do the jump.
I think he's at the point in his life where they're like, oh, this guy's he's awesome, he's crazy, give him the bridge.
In a Subaru?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, if you don't know Travis Pastrana, he's a Daredevil, good friends with Vanilla Ice. So he'd come in studio with Ice one time.
So that means we're good friends with him too.
Yeah,
Of course,
kinda
yeah,
by
by association. Yeah.
association,
Yeah, he's the guy in 2018 that guided his motorcycle over 52 crushed cars and a 143-foot jump and 16 Greyhound buses and a 192-foot jump in Las Vegas. So he's been doing it for a while, but I think he's smashed every bone in his body at least 8 times.
But I think he feels like he hasn't done his job if he doesn't leave without a broken bone.
That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he kind of rates the good stuff. And how's this for irony? A collision repair shop in Seattle got destroyed when a car crashed into it. I mean, what are the odds, huh? Crazy stuff. All right, time for 2 truths and a lie. You're going to hear 2 stories are going to be truthful, and the other one is going to be a complete fabrication. You got to try to tell the difference of which is which. Virginia and Jaber are going to be guessing today, along with the audience. Trying to figure out here.
Let's look at them. Look at them real good.
Oh, yeah.
You're not getting anything out of me.
You're the easiest to read, kid.
I'll be very disappointed if I don't get this.
We got to try to lock it in.
I'm going to lock it in.
Okay, Suits, what is your story here today?
Well, I got to tell you, last week I kind of felt like I was having a case of deja vu. So a few years back, probably like 5 years back now, I had been on 95 and there was a car accident right in front of me, like to the point where I had to stop and get out of the car with a bunch of other people because we were the first cars there. And it ended up happening with a different car accident when I was on 95 last week where there was an accident ahead of me. So I stopped and I got out of the car, and I don't know what it is, what you're supposed to say to somebody when they've been in an accident, but I walk up to the guy who had just gotten out of his car, and he looked like he took a pretty solid hit. The airbags were deployed. He gets out of the car, he stands up, and he's got some cuts on his face. He's bleeding a little bit. I walk over to him. I say, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And he just goes off on me. He's like, "What the hell you mean am I okay? Of course I'm not okay. I just crashed my car." And he's got blood all over his face like it was the dumbest question for me to ask. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to help you. I don't know what you want from me, but he went off on me. I get he just got in a car accident and he had blood on his face, but what are you supposed to say to him?
You do traffic, so.
You're kind of 20% at fault of any accident.
It's on you.
So, somebody else called 911, but I was like, all right, fine, and I walked away.
I'm looking at the eyes, Virginia. Look at the arm movement, too.
Yeah.
Make sure you watch the body language with these stories.
I am. Good call.
All right, a lot of details in that one.
But it wasn't too many details.
That's the question.
Okay. My story is about a Good Friday that turned bad in high school while trying to make a beer run. We were heading off to the Elm Court Apartments in Logan, Ohio to meet up with our connect. His name was T-Rex. And he dated and lived with a woman named Big Tammy. So we go to the front door, we knock on it, and what opens the door is her daughter. She goes by Lil Tam. So you got Big Tam and Lil Tam. And we say, "Hey, is T-Rex here?" And she said, "No, sorry, he's at his mom's trailer in New Straitsville." Well, it's kind of out in the country. So we're like, this is very inconvenient.
T-Rex, why didn't you tell us?
So we drive out to New Straitsville, and here we are at this trailer. It's kind of off in the woods all by itself, and I'm knocking on the door. And I guess his mom comes to the door, this kind of spindly woman that is a little bit gnarled up, you might imagine, who's given birth to T-Rex.
It's hard to push out a dinosaur.
There's a lot of good characters in this story, by the way. There's a lot.
And I say to her, I'm like, hey, can we talk to your son? And she said, no, you can't. He's grounded. I'm like, grounded? The man's 30. I'm like, he is a grown-ass man. I'm like, if he wants to talk to me, he can talk to me. Can you tell him that Kevin is here? She slams the door in my face. So I continue knocking on the trailer door.
Kevin.
T-Rex's mom whips it back open. This time she's holding a shotgun. I obviously retreat off her little patio a little bit. I'm like, can you get it? We're now in a screaming match, back and forth. She then takes the shotgun, points it in the other direction, and fires off a shot. She said, the next one I won't miss.
Oh, boy.
We got in our cars, we drove away, got no beer, and had a bad Friday.
Oh. Mama T-Rex.
Okay. What do you think? Is that the truth or is that a lie?
I think Virginia also, by the way, forgets we're doing this bit and gets sucked into the story. I don't think she remembers.
I do.
She doesn't.
I love this. I love storytelling.
I don't think she remember the one time she gave her own. She did her own. I fell apart. I just don't think she gets this game.
I love storytelling. I get sucked in. Tell me a story.
She forgot we were doing this bit.
It's a great story, Kevin.
Okay, and Denny's, what do you got for your story here in Two Truths and a Lie?
Well, you guys know that I live on that lake. It's a combination of multiple lakes that are...
Lake Garbage?
Yes, exactly, which has been looking great, by the way. I feel like I was a pioneer in that.
The old man has stopped throwing trash?
I have not even seen him. So I don't know if something happened to where...
Maybe they took his ass out.
Maybe something was... Maybe it wasn't... Something was up with him and they removed him or moved him somewhere else. I don't know. The unit's still there. There's still people in it, but I've not seen him.
People have been calling you Denny's Brockovich.
You've been calling me that.
He's wanting to catch on.
Well, so the cool thing about having the lake, and especially the connecting lakes, is you can occasionally get otters. And Bird knows that we always are trying to encourage otters to come. So Jen and I have been saving some of our like fish scraps and stuff. We put some in the worm farm. You put some of the food in their compost and stuff, and then the worms eat it. And we take the rest, and we've been piling it right by the lake. And we've been getting great results with otters lately. They come right up on shore. I don't know if you guys have seen otters eat and stuff. They're incredibly cute.
Yeah, adorable. Yeah.
Go on.
So we've been getting a really good gathering of otters lately. Well, yesterday I opened my mail and I got hit with an HOA citation for $89 for the removal of water vermin. They are considered water vermin. They're invasive. They kill everything in the lake, and we've been pulling them. So I got hit with a
cute little
fine.
otters?
Those cute otters.
You're
You'll get
feeding the otters.
and calling them to the lake, and they're killing the population of the fish. I guess
Wow.
they eat nonstop fish.
Between you and the garbage guy, you guys are really.
Well, I was a hero last week, and now I'm getting a fine $89.99 to remove water vermin.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the old man turned you in?
Damn,
And he wins.
That's a Twilight Zone episode.
Damn.
Yeah. Dang.
He's actually part otter.
But now I actually owe the HOA money now.
He's sitting over there in an otter costume laughing at you.
What a twist.
Man,
What a
A lot
twist.
of twists, Virginia.
Okay, well, is Suits' story a lie where he gets yelled at by a guy who had been in a fender bender in traffic when he asks how he's doing? Was it my story about T-Rex, Big and Little Tam, and his mom on a bad Friday? Or was it Denny's story about getting fined by the HOA for encouraging water vermin?
I feel like I know who the liar is. I definitely know who's telling. Kevin's definitely telling the truth.
I think all three sound like they're the truth.
Yeah, she shouldn't play a lot of our games.
I loved all of them.
You don't have one that feels like it's...
There's one. I mean, it is pretty wacky that last week Denny's was the hero, but this week he's the Otter Zero.
The heel.
And he happened to get it yesterday, you said? Just right before the bit. That's...
The timing?
The timing. Suits is probable. Kevin had so many details, and we know about Big Tam and Little Tam. We've heard about that.
Yeah.
But is that to throw off her scent?
Could be.
Kevin
all
had...
it takes to make a lie is just to throw an element in there that's not true.
Kevin had a lot of details, and I was watching his body movement and his eyes and his face. It looked normal to me. It looked like he was telling a regular story.
You think so?
Denny's had a quiver of the lip at one point.
Oh, wow.
I saw a quiver.
Bird's really into this.
He had a quiver of the lip.
He had a lie quiver?
He had a quiver. I don't know if that means anything. He's also cold a lot. He's got the shakes from the weed get today.
All right, whatever you guess, that's what I'm guessing because I don't know. I'm just going to piggyback on you.
I think Denny's is our liar.
We think Dennys is the liar,
And
Kevin.
he's also doing a thing where he's shaking his head, agreeing with me because he knows I gotta, and now he's trying to get in my head, going, "Oh, maybe I'm wrong." It's Denny's. Denny's.
But his HOA, remember, did not move fast on getting the old man in the trash. They don't move fast over there. You mean to tell me they move fast on Dennys?
And I don't see Denny's really throwing a lot of meat out there. It don't seem right.
He would be very subtle about it. He wouldn't be like the old man with the trash.
Oh, I like being on this side of the glass.
Oh, yeah.
This is
Yeah,
fun.
you get to be a part of it now.
You're good at it.
Okay, well, we'll see. The audience, 47% say it is Denny's that's lying, 31 for me, 22 for Suit. Who is the actual liar? Who is our liar here? Two truths and a lie. We heard 3 stories. Suits encountered somebody who had been in a car accident, came up, asked if he was okay. He's like, okay, do I look like I'm okay? And the guy went off on poor Suits in traffic.
I mean, it's probable. That could happen.
Yeah. I told a story about trying to make a beer run in high school and ran into our Beer Connect's mom who pulled a shotgun on us and then fired off a shot to scare us away. Never got any beer that day.
A lot of goofy names in Kevin's story, but Logan does produce a lot of goofy names, I've noticed.
Yeah, T-Rex, his girlfriend Big Tam, and her daughter Lil Tam.
I mean,
We know about the Tams.
we do know about the Tams.
The Tams have been featured performers a few times.
They're stars.
Yeah.
They're stars. And then Denny's talking about how he just got a bill from his HOA for like $89 for feeding the cute little otters out there. Apparently you're not allowed to encourage water vermin.
Gosh, that's so uncool. I hope that's not real.
Yeah, keep in mind, it could be a lie, Virginia.
You're right.
Somebody did text in. They said it costs a lot more than $90 to remove wildlife animals. So they're trying to call BS on that.
And I also feel like Peace Train would have I would have known about this, I feel like we tell each other our daily dramas.
Yeah.
I don't know. But was he holding it on for this game?
Somebody else texted in and said Kevin's scenario is from an 80s movie. I saw it.
Yeah, but so many of Kevin's stories are 80s scenarios.
Yeah, Logan is an 80s movie.
It really is. There's so many times I go, dude, that sounds just like an 80s movie.
Are you sticking by Denny's?
Oh, 110%. I'm locking it in.
Okay.
That's confidence.
Final tally, looking at it right now from KVJ TV, 46% think that Denny's is lying, 32% think it's me, 23% think it's Suits.
Oh, I love this. This is fun.
Suits is the one that they think is telling the truth.
Do we have beer? This is a drinking game.
Just don't get T-Rex. He's unavailable.
We always have beer. We are beer rich around here.
I love it.
Okay. Will our liar please stand up?
It's me.
Oh!
I made that up this morning.
Denny's has got paperwork.
He's got the receipts.
He's got the otter paperwork.
Damn. You got otters.
$89.99 I owe.
Oh my gosh.
What?
How quickly it changes on the lake, man.
Wow.
I was cool last week. Now I got to pay $89.
Who turned you in?
Somebody must have seen me putting stuff out there. We have them. They climb right on my property and they sit on my property.
Trash boys getting revenge.
Can you believe that?
What
a
the
twist.
heck, man?
How can otters not be the most fun thing for everybody in the community to watch?
I think they kill all the fish.
They're not, they're not as awesome as you think. They're cute, but
Who's fishing back there?
a lot of people.
Weirdly, a lot of people fish there.
Oh, they
'cause-
do.
Yeah,
Every time I go to his house, someone's fishing.
Well, because the main road that cuts through the neighborhood is on the lake, and you can pull right off into the swale.
Damn.
And yours are the truth?
Yeah, it's a true story.
You can rehome those otters in my neighborhood. I'd like to light it up over at my golf course.
Yeah, don't feed otters.
I'm reeling over here. Can I sit in the seat again as the guests are next week?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we get Virginia?
You were so confident.
Yeah.
But that's me.
See, the game is trickier than you gave it credit for.
I'm confident.
Came in here all big balled.
I'm confident and wrong all the time. Kind of my shtick.
It's a hard game.
That's just what I do. I got some random questions I'm going to be throwing at you here today. What do you think about this? Which celebrity do you think would make the most dangerous serial killer?
Ooh, I can pick from any of them?
You can pick from any celebrity that you think would make the most dangerous serial killer.
I feel like Angelina Jolie would get away with it.
Oh, okay.
And she would come up with
Yeah.
some crafty ways that they would never be able to catch her.
Yeah, she looks diabolical like that. Jaybird, do you have any thoughts on who you think would be the most diabolical serial killer as a celebrity?
It would blow everyone's mind if you saw Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Gump.
He'd get away with it because he wouldn't be suspected.
But imagine it was a Bill Cosby kind of a thing, but instead of all of the sexual assault, it was murder with Hanks, and it was covered up. People would be rocked.
And for that reason, I'm going to go one better, Dolly Parton.
Oh, not my baby Dolly.
Could you just imagine the sweetness would lure you in? You're not thinking about it. You're just sitting there on the couch. You think she's getting you a sweet tea, and next thing you know, just, knife right in the back.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton would blow people. They'd be like, there's no way she's a serial killer.
That'd be a good one.
Okay. Which off-the-radar celebrity's career would you resurrect? You've seen this happen before where celebrities will be down and out and we want them to come back. John Travolta had that. Robert Downey Jr. had that. Right now, a lot of people would probably, love to see Johnny Depp really get back to the A-list status that he was. But there was one that we mentioned this week that I would choose. Off the radar celebrity. He had a birthday. Richard Simmons.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
He's just such a lovable dude, and he's been off the radar for a while. I think by choice. Just loved him so much.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
They say it's injury that actually took him out of the game. Like he had knee problems and chronic pain.
Oh, jeez.
And he's just sad and he's in pain.
Oh, man.
That breaks my heart.
It does, yeah. That's why I love to see him make a comeback and feel good and, be out there because he's just, what a big old heart. And, he's really kind of the energy we need now. Somebody that's just all about love and positivity and just a great dude.
I got two. I got Steve Guttenberg as an actor.
Okay.
And I got Bone Thugs and Harmony as a musical group. Let's get them back in let's get them back in the limelight.
Okay.
Can I get a hell yeah for Bone Thugs? Hell yeah, Bird. No love for Bone Thugs on this show.
We don't have the passion you have, but I want them for you, Pumpkin.
Okay, what about this? Who is a music artist you don't like as a person, but you love their music? For me, that would be Gene Simmons of Kiss. I can't stand that guy. He's just so obnoxious, and I hate that he is the way he is because I grew up a massive Kiss fan and still love listening to him. But definitely seeing him as an individual, and especially when we got to talk to him, and I was just like, I so regret doing that interview because I can't stand the man, but still love the music.
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's a guy, I know you've heard of him. He's kind of his name's Ryan Adams, not Brian Adams, but Ryan Adams.
Yes.
And I like his music a lot.
Yeah.
But from everything I've read and heard and just seen, he seems like a major douche.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, he's the one that people would yell, get drunk, and be yelling at him to play Summer of '69.
And he got mad one night on stage.
He needs to just play it and shut them up.
But that's Mandy Moore's ex, and he got canceled. He was a pretty prolific songwriter. He was on social media begging people to help save his house because ever since Mandy Moore took him down,
oh wow,
he couldn't sign with a record label.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he should have sang Summer of '69. It wouldn't be such a big
sing it
thing.
now.
Oh, you'd sing it now.
Yeah. Okay, which two great bands would sound terrible if they swapped lead singers?
Okay. The Jonas Brothers and Guns N' Roses.
Think so?
I don't know. Could the Jonas Brothers handle Guns N' Roses pretty good?
Yeah, they might be able to. That might work. What jumped into my mind was maybe a Metallica and Air Supply.
Oh, man.
Lost in love and I don't know much.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, it's still at the same tempo and tone. It's not like Metallica's redoing it because that could work. It's just James Hetfield.
He's singing in place. It's the Air Supply song.
It's soft. And it's James Hetfield trying to sing that song. And then it's also Lost in Love and Tonight.
Cardi B singing Adele?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be rough.
9 Inch Nails and Hanson.
Okay, maybe. That might be rough. I'd like to hear it. Those are some good suggestions. And how about this? If you were a young man looking to seduce an older woman with song, what would you put in your cougar playlist?
Oh.
Now, we had this story because the Jets quarterback had this very attractive girlfriend that apparently is no longer with him and is now dating his old buddy from BYU. They were good friends and played football together, and this guy is now a wide receiver with the football team out of Washington. And it was all apparently because this Jets quarterback bagged one of his mom's friends, and coincidentally, in college, he played for the BYU Cougars. That's the crazy irony about it. So if you're putting together a cougar playlist, if you're a young man looking for an older woman, what goes into the playlist?
I think you can have some fun with this. You can kind of throw some old school rap in there, a little drop it like it's hot to get the mood going.
Okay.
Definitely gotta put some sappy ones in there from when you're really making love.
Okay.
Yeah, we got fun with this.
I could hear a hot, steamy, sexy, trashy song like "Don't You" by the Pussycat Dolls.
That's what I'm talking about. In the beginning, it's real kind of like
Cougars would just be like, "Oh, don't you?"
It's an old young song.
Yeah. That's one I would put in there. What else would belong in that playlist? It's actually on our Facebook and Instagram right now. You can give us your suggestions or text them. Okay, it's coming together. Our playlist, the top Cougar Jams. That's what it would be called. The playlist would be Cougar Jams.
You got to put some of that Motley Crue, Quiet Riot, all that. I mean, your dirty cougs like it.
So I'm 45. What would be my age of cougar? I think you have to kind of. I mean, is that 70?
Okay, Beatles, Elvis.
I gotta play Fred Astaire.
Yeah.
Did he sing?
Yeah, if my mom started hitting on you, that would be some coog.
Okay.
So if you were a young man, kind of like the Jets quarterback, and you were going to hit it with your mom's best friend or one of her good friends, what songs would you put into the playlist to seduce them with music?
You nailed it with the Pussycat Dolls. With Don't Ya? That is such a. I've seen cougars get on the dance floor and just lose all sense of everything. They just let it all fly, Virginia.
I know. I've been there with them. I am them. I love that song. I loosen up my buttons.
Oh, they believe they are in the Pussycat Dolls.
Oh, so hot.
Okay, here are these suggestions. Does this make the playlist or not? Does it go in? Def Leppard's Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Absolutely.
That belongs in Cougar Jams.
Oh, man, that's how you get the party started.
Oh, I feel it in my loins.
Yeah. You said you needed some love songs. Somebody suggested Foreigners. I want to know what love is.
Oh, that's when that's when you have the deep connection moment.
She wants to slow dance to that. And she wants to grab your butt cheek the whole time.
There's gonna be a tongue in your mouth at some point during that song.
But she'll start in your ear.
Yes. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be wet.
Okay. How about Pony from Genuine? Cougar Jams?
Yeah.
I can see it.
She might have to put down her Chardonnay for that one.
That's when she's feeling it after, Chardonnay number 4. She
Yeah.
wants to get on that dance floor.
He's been completely canceled, but Cougars don't know. R. Kelly's Ignition.
Yeah.
You hate to put R. Kelly in, but the Cougar, they're not up. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Doesn't faze them.
I've seen Virginia request it, and she does the dirt of the day. She definitely knows what's going on with R. Kelly.
How about a little Bob Seger old time rock and roll?
It's gonna work. It will. It's
so sweaty.
This is the best playlist.
It's making my skin crawl.
Such a good Cougar playlist.
It's making my skin crawl.
All the Cougars gonna have that sweaty upper lip when you put that one on.
How about Legs by ZZ Top?
She's got legs.
What about Hot Blooded? Check it and see.
That'll work. Yeah. Cherry Pie by Warrant.
Yes.
Cougar Jams.
But the key is to also throw in those a little bit more modern, like your Don't Yas. They have to have that mixture.
Gotta have
in
a
there.
little balance.
Yes.
Gotta have a little balance in there. Okay, we can start putting this thing together.
I cannot tell you how much I hate that playlist.
Yeah, it makes your skin crawl. Well, you've been hearing so much about doing a 4-day work week. What if instead we went to 6-hour days?
Oh, I like that. I start to lose concentration after a while. Like 6 hours is good, and then everything else is kind of like mashed potatoes in my brain.
Yeah, they're kind of starting to look at it and they say, why do we keep locked into this whole 40 hours? Like, that's just the best amount of time to work. And they started looking at psychologists and therapists and people who are all about optimizing your time and your work and paying attention to human beings and the ability they have to focus and concentrate. And they said, I think we have that all wrong. 40 might not be the right hour. You know, so there's a couple different things that are wrong with the 4-day work week. Keeping in mind, too, there are a lot of businesses that need to be available 5 days a week. And that kind of causes a little bit of a problem. So for many businesses, that doesn't work in the first place. But the studies they've done show that working longer doesn't necessarily correlate to greater productivity.
Well, I mean, we wake up so early, and then we're on the air, and then we go right into a meeting sometimes. And during that meeting, I'm good for a good 7 mins. And
7 minutes,
I'm
yeah.
like, wow,
My
food,
brain just broke.
Stromboli, calzone, doggy bag, and fridge.
Yeah.
It's easier, I think, to like work hard on something and then give yourself a little break, and then work hard on something and then give yourself a little break. Like
that, you mean during the day?
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad I live alone, because that's how I think that's the most effective for me personally.
Me too. Like I'll give myself a break, then I will do like emails and messages and go through all that stuff, and then I'll give myself another little break, and then I'll come back to like my brain needs a little break. I can't just go.
Yeah.
And there's certain gigs you have to grind it all the time. And if you need a bridge done and you want it done quickly, you're not gonna, well, we're gonna do 6 hours today and take tomorrow off, 4-day week. No, you gotta get the bridge done.
Yeah. They say shorter spans of more focused work could increase productivity and employee satisfaction, and that the 40-hour work week may not be necessary because some experts suggest there's kind of an upper limit to worker productivity that drops off after about 35 hours per week, or it works out to 6 hours a day.
Huh.
In fact, they did a survey of nearly 2,000 workers in the UK that showed, on average, people only really feel productive for about half the workday anyway. So the rest of the time, just out of obligation, you're there small talking and doing things that don't matter.
That is true. You see that a lot in the workplace.
No, I don't see that there's a Tetris tournament going on back in the sales department. I'm just kidding.
No, he's not.
There are actually 2 countries that have tried this, Norway and Denmark. Both have work weeks shorter than 40 hours, and they say respectively they are the 2nd and 7th most productive countries in the entire world.
Huh.
And they're working less and getting more out of it. So they say instead of maybe the 4-day work week, let's go to 6-hour work days, 5 days a week instead. I don't hate that.
I know you're kind of a fan of even shortening up the show.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, for us.
For
I
us,
would
yeah.
love to. Yeah.
A daily, maybe like instead of 4 hours or 5 hours, 2 really good stuff. Nothing but the dirt.
Let me guess. Yeah, dirt's going to be first to go.
Oh, man.
Whatever.
I don't know. We've looked at the numbers. The zombie dirt is doing great.
Doing great, yeah. Doing really well.
The numbers don't lie.
You can't kill me. Brains.
Numbers
Brains.
don't lie, dog.
All right. Well, we got an after the show podcast, so we keep on going. We're going the opposite.
Trucking.
Everybody else is trying to condense their work. We're trying to expand for some reason.
We got no meeting, right?
Today, I don't think so, unless Kevin didn't tell us. There's
Nothing
some
I know
surprise.
of.
Okay.
Nothing I know of.
Sometimes they'll be like, surprise, you have a terrible meeting. No.
I like the meetings when they bring booze. I will take
Makes
them.
it better.
It does.
make it better.
Yeah, those are good.
All right, so before we get to the After the Show podcast, it will be live on YouTube. Look for the KVJ Show in just about maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Always on demand, though. You can find it on the WRMF app or wherever you get your podcast. Check it out. Whatever platform you're on, make sure you rate, give the 5 stars if you would, please, and subscribe. Jaybird, wrap it all up here today with your thought for the day.
Community. Community does not necessarily mean living face to face with others. Rather, it means never losing the awareness that we are connected to each other.
Whoa, bird. Yeah. Whoa, bam.
Sounds like the motto of
The
the
KVJ
HOA.
Show on 97.9 WRMF.